X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A spell that attracts all who spit facts online all the time. Can you see it? All the ones who drag my name every single day. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? They keep saying you don't have what it takes to carve out your own name underneath the shadows of gods. And I keep waiting for the day disbelievers say I flew way too close to the sun. I wait, but it never really comes. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. The spell that attracts all who speak facts online all the time. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A force that compels all to rebel from all right shackled minds. Why do they just in arrogance when they fall from the battles I have overcome? We feel it, feel the cope and the seething tone that they make while I stand up, man among gods. And I keep vaping with my mill, shooting ropes in my cold that faces towards the sun. They hate, but I'm sitting comfy with their mom. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A spell that attracts all who speak facts online all the time. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A force that compels all to rebel from all that shackled mind. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A spell that attracts all who speak facts online all the time. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A force that compels all to rebel from all right shackled minds. It's you and me, your mom, it's me. I'll take another hit from my name. You see now, watch me right now, punch your things now. Let me show you how.
To all of you out there who prefer I will eat your leftist ass to the X in my name, for one, where is your school spirit? Okay, where is your team spirit? This is the Xanderhal stream, okay? Where is it? You should be hyped up by my theme song at the beginning of my streams. And two, I'm really sorry, but I have my own theme song. There's no way I'm not hyping myself up with my own theme song before every stream. What the fuck? What do you want from me, okay? Of course. X, my name is God tier. True. Knowing your bad opinions on media, though, Poop Gaming, I think you'd say it would be mid. You could always play both simultaneously. True. Yeah. I wonder if that would be like a good cross-up, you know? Someone can make like one of those remixes where you mix two songs together, and it's I will eat your leftist ass and X in my name. I wonder if they would merge together well. I'm drunk right now. Good for you, Adrian. Deagle? I can't. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Adrian. I'm just gonna call you Adrian, okay, man? Good luck. Guys, can I tell you what I did last night? First. Where the fuck's the lo-fi? Hello, Alexander. How you doing? Hold on. Where's the? That's the stream muted, right? Wait, everything's muted. Huh? Hello, Vermin. Holy shit, everyone's coming out today. Hello, everybody. Really quickly, there's some weird issue happening right now with my audio. That's really strange. That's turned to the correct thing. Huh. I plugged in my microphone and all of a sudden my headset stopped working. Oh, it's because I unplugged my it's because I unplugged my headset and my headset microphone. I was using my headset mic because I was playing Tarkov. By the way, guys, holy shit. I've been out here unironically. There we go. I've been out here unironically having dreams about doing well in Tarkov, okay? That is how addicted to this game I am. It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. It's insane. Yes, it's good. Tarkov is good. I highly recommend it. How you doing, Vermin? And Zonia, good to see you. Hello, everybody. Hi, guys. Got a lot of people hanging out today. Oh, by the way, chat, you know, my background's looking pretty, like, empty right now. Got a little tiny couch coming, though. Tiny little couch, little gray couch. It's gonna look really good in the background. And then eventually I'm gonna buy, like, a shelf to put a bunch of stuff on for the background, some disc plates. We're gonna decorate the background quite a bit. We're gonna make my stream look nice and sexy. Nice and sexy. I was up until 5 a.m. working on taxidermy coyotes, Xanderhal. I'm tired and sore. Yeah, working on something like that all night will do that. Oof. Well, hopefully it comes out well. I wait to see your work on Twitter. Puffle Cakes, thank you for the 2 tier 1 gifted subs to Empress Amelia and Consumer. I appreciate that. Thanks for the $10, homie. With that said, make that $15. Puffle Cakes, thanks for the tier 1 gifted sub to Eugene Crab. I appreciate that. Puts us at $15. Listen up, chat. We got 103 people watching. I feel like most of you guys watching right now already know the drill pretty damn well, but in case some of you don't, allow me to explain. Lonnie bought me a Shadow the Hedgehog onesie. I'm not the biggest fan of Sonic, okay? I don't give a shit about Sonic. I would honestly argue that I hate Sonic. And yet, she got me this because my chat hit a certain dono goal. I will put it on and wear it for the whole rest of the stream as soon as we hit $300 in the dono goal. That is the system I'm going to use for you guys for the whole rest of the, for the foreseeable future. Every stream. If you guys want me to put on the Shadow the Hedgehog onesie for the segments that no doubt, especially right now, will do very well and get a lot of views, and people will, as they have been, question, why is he in a Shadow the Hedgehog onesie? So it's quite funny. If you guys want to support me, and you also want to contribute to me being in a Shadow the Hedgehog onesie, you guys can donate, subscribe, or gift a sub on my website, donate on YouTube, subscribe, gift a sub, or Prime sub for free with Amazon Prime over on Twitch, donate through Streamlabs, pledge on Patreon, and I will get to that in a second. Pledge on Patreon, and I believe you can also buy merch. Merch link down below. Merch in the description. Merch. Go get some merch if you want to get some merch. Holy shit. Are we actually getting oiled up again today? Oh my fucking lord. Sagittari Uwus, thank you so much for the 2 tier 1 gifted subs. Thank you. Says continuing to purge the white names. Oh my god. Hell yeah, you are. I don't even think there's enough white names for those subs to go to in chat. I'm pretty sure some of those went to like offline accounts. Make the suit a continuing part of your online persona. We're gonna have to continuously gather more and more onesies to have me put on mid-stream. That's gonna have to be a thing. Maybe we'll just do, eventually it'll just be onesie stream will be the dono goal, and once you guys hit it, we do a poll on which onesie I wear for the rest of the stream. I wouldn't mind that. Onesies are comfortable, okay? I would not mind my stream being just the coziest fucking cozy stream, okay? Okay, Sagittarius, good lord. How much is that? That is $100. Holy shit. Oh my fucking god. Can I even list the people that got gifted a sub there? Hoberk, Tyron, Razatriton, Two Dads Smoochin, _L404, Econ Bimbo, Goblin Arsonist, Gas Guitar Stage, Borgor, Milo, Mitch Bow, Illegal Xenomorph, Euphoria Tori, Tiger Griffin, Cherry T, Generic GT, Emo Kid Zells, Comrade Creeper, Prospect _2, and Perpetually Wrong.
Welcome
Thank
to
you
capitalism, my dude.
for the. That is just a ridiculous amount of money.
Has donated $5.
Sagittarius, that is a ridiculous amount of money. Thank you so much for the $100. You alone just got us 1/3 of the way to the dono goal for the day. Thank you very fucking much. I love you, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Empress Amelia on top of that, thank you for the $5. Really appreciate it. Very kind of you. Says, hey Zan, first time catching you live. Got a gifted sub. Or got gifted a sub. Got to keep the spirit going. Get in that onesie. Let's hope I do. Thank you for the $5. And that puts us at a, surprisingly enough, a surprisingly clean $120. And I got to say, for the first 8 minutes of the stream, it's pretty phenomenal to reach that. If you guys really grind it out, it looks like we might actually be able to have me in the Sonic onesie for the entirety of the stream. I'll give you guys some time to do that while I, just chat with you and read donos as they come in, because I did just go live. Does Zan read YouTube Super Chats? I do read YouTube Super Chats. Unfortunately, YouTube Super Chats and Twitch donos and subs and whatnot won't actually go towards this dono goal because I don't receive them until much later. The ways you have to donate for it to count towards this dono goal for me to put on the Sonic onesie, you have to donate through my website. That's either in the form of subscribing, gifting a sub, or donating, or to donate through Streamlabs. Those are the two ways I believe that you can do it, and for it to count, and for me to actually receive the money instantly. You can also just go to xanderhal.com/donate as well if you just want to straight up donate money. I recommend, though, if you're going to donate, you should donate through Streamlabs, because then the TTS donation will work, where it does text-to-speech for your donation message. It'll actually work if you do it through Streamlabs, so I recommend you do that, because then you're actually getting a bit more bang for your buck. I mean, you don't have to. It's up to you, and I'll appreciate it no matter what you do. I'm just saying, if you want to have your message read aloud, so I hear it, and the chat gets to hear it, and maybe you want to make a joke and you want the whole chat to hear it, that's what I'd advise. But it's up to you. Freedom of speech. It's America. Is Lonnie Femboy Shadow Zan in a maid outfit? How does that even fucking work? How much money would it take to get you to try G Fuel on stream? If we hit $500 today, I'll try G Fuel on stream. Unironically, I've wanted to try G Fuel for a while. But I did just drop, $100 on the Escape from Tarkov Edge of Darkness edition, I think it's called. The maximum edition for Escape from Tarkov, so... Even though we're in a pretty good place financially, because you guys have been so supportive lately, I'm still trying to... I'm trying to, keep building that cushion. I've been talking to you guys lately quite a bit about finances, and I say this because I'm very strongly of the opinion that YouTubers who hide their finances are...
Welcome to capitalism, my dude.
Call me a
I'm gonna be
green
real,
man, even if I'm not. Make me feel special.
Thank you, Sagittarius. Okay, I'm saying this right now because I truly believe it, and I know it might offend some people that I am actually pretty cool with, but I'm really sorry if it does, alright? Hot fucking take. Really, really hot take, okay? I forgot what I was gonna say. We need Xanderhal femboy outfit, soaked and left. Yeah, I really need to get some of that medication for ADHD, so I don't lose my track of what I was saying. I lose track of what I was saying so often. It's so bizarre. I have to force my way through conversations when people try to interrupt me or sidetrack things, because they will distract me to the point where I forget what I was saying and the whole conversation is left unfinished. RGR ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect. Wait, I always had more subs than RGR. How's that work? Tariq Nasheed is a fascist. Oh, okay, well, let me explain what just happened in YouTube chat really quick, because people in website chat, the cool people, didn't even get to see it, and I imagine those that saw it in YouTube chat probably have no idea what the fuck is up. For those of you guys that don't know, there's been a guy, I'm not even going to name him actually, because I feel like that just gives him attention, and he wants that. There is a fellow YouTuber, a fellow content creator who has for... how long now would it be? Since like early 2019. Go ahead and do the math yourselves. Has been legitimately stalking me. There's really no other way to describe it other than stalking me. Like, I live rent-free in this guy's brain. The guy's constantly talking about me on Kiwi Farms. The guy is just incessantly discussing me and like restreaming my streams and my videos on his stream. And his audience is quite insane as well. And apparently one of his fans made a YouTube account that looks like mine. For those of you guys that don't know, YouTube names and YouTube profile pictures are not exclusive in any way. Like, I could literally just download PewDiePie's profile picture and make a YouTube account with the name PewDiePie tomorrow, and it would type it in any chat, and other than not having the check mark, it would look like PewDiePie's account, right? I guess one of his fans made an account pretending to be me on YouTube and was like spamming random like Nazi shit in his live stream chat and was modded. And he was modded. This individual who made this account was modded in that chat of this person as well. And so I guess what's happening is he's having his fans try to do a bit of a psyop where they're taking screenshots of the fake account saying like Nazi shit in his chat and then saying, Zan, how could you have said this in blank's chat? Which is ironic because the YouTuber in question is a Nazi, so the fans of this Nazi YouTuber, it's because there's the whole rest of the chat is saying Nazi stuff in the screenshot, so it's ironic that like I'm not even. I mean, I feel like you guys have gotten the gist of the drama. It's really not worth that much breath. But yeah, apparently they're trying to like psyop some like allegations that I'm a Nazi into existence. It's not the first time though, and it won't work. They've done this before. It happened with Essence of Thought. Do you guys remember that? Where they tried to make a fake account of me on DLive, trying to claim that I was saying Nazi stuff on DLive in some Nazi like stream chats. And Essence of Thought, woke scold YouTuber, pushed those screenshots and claimed they were real, even though literally I did not have an account on that website by the name of Xanderhal. I didn't have one. I had one by the name of Pig Puncher, I think, maybe. I don't think I have it anymore, but I think I had one by the name of Pig Puncher on DLive that I made when Vosh got banned from YouTube so that I could talk in that chat. But that was way before that happened, so it wasn't, yeah. Reminds me of that. Didn't work that time, won't work this time. Good try. What you really gotta do, though, if you want to, like, manufacture fake, like, drama to, like, try to cancel somebody, what you really want to do is manufacture DMs and find some way to rationalize how you can't prove the DM screenshots are real. Like, if you can do that, you've really got a good case against a figure. Like, at least enough that you can, like, hit them hard, you know? Like, get their name in the news in a negative way for a while, you know? Do you see that Vosh has been brigaded by Memology 101 recently, Bluestone? Was this recently or a while ago? Because Memology 101 brigaded me back when I was tiny. I think he'll be okay. The fact that I survived a Memology raid way back when I had like less than 10k subs tells me I think he'll be okay. Recently? Ah, yeah. Memology 101 is a Nazi, yeah, he is. At one point, somebody renamed Epstein's Island on Google Maps to Boyth the Sea Chamber. Isn't he famous? Yeah, he's a pretty big deal. Yeah, he's got a lot of subs. He's a big boy. Big sub boy. TikToks before segment, Zan? Do you guys want to see some of the new TikToks Lonnie's made? Lonnie's been sitting, slaving away, grinding out these TikToks. That I'm going to have to... I'm gonna have to grind and slave away to upload these TikToks on YouTube as YouTube Shorts, actually. All right, let's watch this one. Like,
I lied to you a little bit, okay? I'm very into politics. I know a lot.
Yeah, I can tell. I
was trolling a little bit.
The definition of socialism.
I'm sorry. I was trolling a little bit. I disagree with most of what you said. Do you want to have like an actual like back and forth about it?
Sure, bet. Actually, this is good.
We're gonna watch all of them.
When you say stateless, classless, first off, those are impossible. Now, I am sort of more on the anarchist side of this, where I don't really believe in like a state or anything like that. Like, I think that a government may be necessary.
Oh, wrong order. You want me to start with the very first one? Okay.
Political myself, but
right.
Didn't like Marx say something along the lines of under no circumstances should the proletariat be unarmed? Because I believe Marx himself believed.
What? Excuse me. Oh, okay. Excuse me. 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 Fucking excuse me. Sagittary Uwus, did you just drop another $50 fucking dollars? Jesus fucking Christ. Thank you so much. Holy shit. Okay. Some of you guys have really been juicing up have been just juicing up the stream lately. I gotta say, I really, really do appreciate it. You guys are fucking amazing. I love you guys so goddamn much. Is my stream busted? Apparently, because the stream's good for everybody else, it seems. Thank you so much for the tier 1 gifted subs to Dead Shard, Dejara, Agroterra, Cake910, JTuber, JT, MoonX Replica, XenoKing1, Leftist Ass, and Amerivite. Thank you so much. Says, I feel like being nice. Have at it, chat. Be away, white names, call me green. Thank you, Sagittary Uwus. What?
You're still watching them out of order.
Oh, I know. I saw your chat messages. I was just like, I'm just trying to catalog stuff in my mind, but I'm trying to keep things going. Oh god, being a streamer is hard. People don't know. People don't know how hard it is. Okay. Thank you so fucking much. That actually puts us at a solid 175 on the dono goal. If you guys want to push it to, I will give you guys. Do you guys think I should give you guys a little while longer? Just like maybe 10 more minutes to push it to the dono goal to have me put on the Sonic onesie for all 3 segments today. Should I give you guys another 10 minutes before we start segments, just to give you guys a little while longer? Yes, while we finish the TikToks? All right. Damn, 175. You've only been streaming for like 20 minutes. I know Space Cadet 693. They really seem to want me to wear the Sonic onesie for all 3 segments, so I'm trying to give them a chance to do that. But that's going to require the cooperation of all of you. And I will say, even if you only have a little bit of money to donate, and it just seems like an inconsequential amount, so you're like, why bother? $5, $3, $2, $1, doesn't even matter. Seriously, consider donating it. It does help. If that's all you can spare, it does help. Don't donate if you can't afford to, though. And if you can't afford to donate and you don't have the money for it, but you still want to support the stream and you still want to help me out, please consider dropping a like on the YouTube stream. It's completely free, and it takes like half a second, and you guys don't even realize how much it helps. It really, really does help. It helps the stream, it helps the channel, it helps everything across the board. So
Probably
yeah.
a Lannister asterisk has donated asterisk $20.
And yet we inch ever closer. Probably a Lannister. Accurate name. Thank you for the $20. Thank you very, very much. Says onesie. Thank you. Yes. The onesie is coming. Thank you, probably a Lannister. So that puts us at a hearty 195. This is the first one. Thank you, Lonnie. You are a good,
Black BLM?
amazing, beautiful girlfriend.
Black BLM?
No.
Why not?
Thank you, Adrian. Boy.
Burning cities to the ground doesn't help solve racism.
Enjoy your tolerance break.
Well, when do they burn a city to the ground?
All,
The city they burned down?
what was it? Like the summer of 2020 or the summer of 2021, the liberals called it the summer of love, while entire buildings were getting burned to the ground. You didn't know about this? Like in Kenosha?
I thought you said a city got burned down. Which city got burned down?
Do you hear about Portland, Oregon?
Portland still exists.
It was burnt to the ground, but they established like what's called the chop zone for a while, where they essentially like burned a bunch of shit to the ground. They rioted, and then the police, completely ignored them. And then they like built their own city for a while.
Enjoy that ad break,
the
Twitch
National Guard
viewers.
came in later and all that kind of shit. But you take like, do you know Kyle Rittenhouse?
Black BLM?
No.
Okay,
Why not?
so that was that one. Wait, okay, so which one was the... Okay, so this is the start then. Then this is the second one. Third one, fourth one, fifth one. The line through these, because of the Omegle format, confuses me because I think these are individual videos. I keep thinking this is a line of different videos, and this is where it picks... It's confusing, okay? It's confusing. Rachel Blackfire, thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Wish I could give you all internet hugs. Every one of you who donates, just know that in spirit, I am hugging you through the internet, okay?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, what they did was they created like an
and I'm
autonomous,
rock hard.
right?
Oh.
So they like established their own like socialist government or whatever. Like basically, yeah, you should go look it up. Just look up the chop zone. I think is what it's called.
Wait, but I guess was it like a real what did they what socialist government did they have? What's socialism about?
What it was it wasn't even necessarily a government. It was a bunch of kids, college kids or whatever, just getting angry at police, and they ended up running the police out, and they ended up building walls. So like the left has this argument that like, okay, walls are racist and walls are evil, but then the first thing they did when the left took over was build walls around Portland. The first thing they say guns are evil, we should get rid of guns, but the first thing they did was start handing guns out to people to fend off against cops.
Wait, what do you mean they like built a city?
And then here's the next one. Dude, my TikTok needs to get pumped. The older TikToks got like some decent viewership, but then like as they get newer, I guess it makes sense because they're older, so they have more time to get viewers. But these TikToks are getting pitiful viewership. You motherfuckers need to go follow my TikTok, goddammit. Look at this shit. How is this acceptable? How is this fucking acceptable? How is this acceptable for my channel? For a content creator of my magnitude to be getting this low viewership on here. Jesus.
But
Right.
Didn't Marx say something along the lines of under no circumstances should the proletariat be unarmed? Because I believe Marx himself believed in the arming of the worker to be able to fight against tyranny.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, Marx obviously, there was a different time. The communists back then are different than the communists now. It was a different time. It was a different kind.
Like
it was a different kind of thing. And
thumbnail.
And I'm not a communist, but I would agree with that. That of course, if there's going to be a powerful establishment, then the people need to be armed. But these people are new commies. They're not like the old commies. They don't believe in like the old guard. Like for example, communism had a thing where it was basically like, they believed that if you were rich, you were an evil person, and if you were poor, you were a good person. That was the simplified version of communism. But nowadays, they do it by race, not necessarily class. So if you're white, you're the privileged class, and if you're non-white, then you're the other privileged class. But it's all communism.
I'm not super political myself, but
right.
Didn't
Dude, these people are fucking wild. I just...
Oh, man, that's a really good question, and it's very hard to explain. They are similar. They're not the same. They are similar. I'll put it to you like this. The easiest
Like the side
description
arrows?
is socialism
No, I'm a boomer.
is
I
when they
refuse
want
to use
to
technology
redistribute
correctly.
some of the money.
I'm a 46-year-old man,
not
Lonnie.
all. Communism is when they want to redistribute all of it. So
all the money
yes, the money.
under
It's a
communism?
redistribution of wealth. Basically, take money from the upper classes to give to the lower classes.
Oh, okay.
For equality.
I was under the assumption that like the textbook definition of these was like for communism, a stateless, classless, moneyless society. There wouldn't even be money. For socialism, it's the workers own the means of production, and it's like workplace democracy and stuff like that. There can still be. I'm not 100% sure if there's still markets under socialism. I think like obviously there's market socialists that believe it's like old. I'm curious because I hear it a lot.
I like how quickly he starts nodding his head. He doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I lied to you a little bit, okay? I'm very into politics. I know a lot.
Yeah, I can tell.
I was trolling a little bit.
The definition of socialism.
I'm sorry. I was trolling a little bit. I disagree with most of what you said. Do you want to have like an actual like back and forth about it?
Sure, bet. Actually, this is good. So when you say stateless, classless, first off, those are impossible. Now, I am sort of more on the anarchist side of this, where I don't really believe in like a state or anything like that. Like, I think that a government may be necessary, but unfortunately, the problem with, and I think the left and the right can both agree, that the state has become too powerful. The government has become too powerful and
Well, it
exudes
depends.
its power over the people.
Well, it depends. What aspects of the government's control do you think is them overreaching?
When they censor people on Twitter, when they censor people on Facebook over political opinions.
Like,
I'm excited to see where it goes next. Can you give me an example of the government overreaching when they ban people on Twitter for political opinions? Oh boy. You know you're going to have a very fun conversation with a political figure, or with, like, not a political figure, but with somebody about politics, when they say the government bans people from Twitter. You know you're about to have a fun combo. You know you're about to go down some fun, interesting, exciting roads. Oh boy. All right. Listen up, everybody. You guys are out of time. I'm sorry. No onesie stream, at least not for the first segment, not until you guys hit the dono goal. All right, we're going to start the first segment. We're going to hop right into it. And I'm afraid, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. But you guys are going to have to keep donating. And you're going to miss out on a whole segment without the onesie stream. I'm sorry to all who donated. But the rest among you failed. The tragedy of the commons. That's what it's called, right? The tragedy of the commons. Whenever someone doesn't do a thing because they assume everybody else will do it, and then nobody ends up doing it because they assumed everyone else would. Is that what it is? Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah. That's basically what you guys did. You did the tragedy of the commons. I just got here. Well, Z the Freeman. I'm obviously not referring to people who weren't here. Jeez. God. Zan, talk about the Nick Tommy drama. Who? Made you think I gave a shit? Any Oilers want to donate $30? $305. That would be even more based. What is this? What is this? Lonnie reeing at me to look at a meme.
I'll put it to you like this. The easiest description is socialism is when they want to
Gotta get
redistribute
$600.
some of the
You're
money.
Thank
gonna
you.
wear
Some,
that onesie.
not all.
Inshallah.
Communism is when they want to redistribute I'll put it to you like this. The easiest description is socialism is when they want to redistribute some of the money. Some, not all. Communism is when they want to redistribute
That's pretty fucking funny. That alone should be a short. That's what I'm talking about, Lonnie. That's what you need to be doing with these shorts, okay? 13 seconds long? Fucking damn. Just kidding, Lonnie. Your shorts are amazing. That one's also amazing. That would probably go viral. That's just stupid. Like, there's a certain point where, like, a video can have a stupid enough title and thumbnail that will make it go viral. Like, you go so far in the opposite direction. Like, you can overdo it with thumbnails and titles, where your title's just too detailed and too keyword stuffed, or too, like, clickbaity or whatever. You can have it be, like, too drawn out and too boring, obviously. But, like, thumbnails can be really over detailed, but you can also, like, ridiculously under detail thumbnails to the point where you almost make it so that it ends up becoming more clickable because it stands out for being so bad. You know what I mean? That's a major pet peeve of mine, Zan. I feel like Charlie Critical has it down perfectly. He doesn't even make thumbnails. He literally just picks, like, a screen from, like, his video when he uploads it to the YouTube creator. He just clicks one of the auto-picked screens, and that's the thumbnail of the video. And he just records himself for, like, 10 minutes talking about a thing. Video goes up, gets a few million views. Good lord. That guy is loaded as fuck. He can only get away with that because he is so recognizable and popular. Yeah, but he got there from somewhere, didn't he? That's the true Chad move, though. that's been a big trend recently. Yeah, no thumbnails. Yeah, I do think that it's actually like in good taste, depending on the on what you can get. Like no thumbnail, really, just having a screenshot of the video. I think it depends. I think there's a lot to say. I think there's a lot of merit now in no text thumbnails. And in a white tee. I don't know what you mean, Posadas John. Maria Rakusa, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. That's $5 Adinos right there. Thank you so much. Internet hug. That puts us at 205, by the way. Very close, very close. All right, no more stalling. You guys have run out of time. All right. For a very, very long time now, I have had the opinion of Ben Shapiro, a very low opinion of Ben Shapiro, okay? And a common criticism that I've levied towards him, and that a lot of people on the left, just broadly outside of me, have levied towards him, is that he refuses to debate anybody who knows what they're talking about. Literally all of the popular debates he's done have been against random college kids who don't have anywhere near the amount of research or media training that he does. Now, granted, you know, good for him. He's well researched. But isn't it maybe a little bit questionable that he picks and chooses his debate opponents this strictly to the point where he won't even debate somebody who also knows what they're talking about? I think it's a little bit suspicious, you know? And so a lot of people on the left, for a very long time now, because, you know, Ben Shapiro would debate college kids, would make jokes about how, what if Ben Shapiro just straight up started debating children? And, you know, it was always a meme. It was always ironic. I don't think anybody who ever said that ever actually expected Ben Shapiro to do something like that. I think we were all in agreement that that was just a meme. But Ben Shapiro wasn't. And, Ben Shapiro explains politics to kids. 480,000 views. Uploaded just a few days ago. Jesus Christ. So I do want to point out, by the way, conservatives have built an entire platform, I feel like, on the idea that the left is trying to push, like, being trans and gay and stuff like that on kids. So it is pretty ironic that Ben Shapiro, like, it really is just like, it's okay if kids are being radicalized to the right, but not to the left. But we're going to pretend like it's not. Listen, I think it's okay if kids are radicalized to the left, okay? If kids are taught, like the truth about the world, then that's probably a good thing, you know? Hot take, I know. I think it's probably a good thing. But I'll totally accept that it's biased, that yes, I do believe that the left is correct. And I do think that children, when being taught about how the world is, should probably be taught from a more left-leaning perspective. But I don't pretend like I'm against the concept of teaching children about my worldview like the right does, and then simultaneously engage in indoctrinating children into my worldview, okay? I don't engage in that level of hypocrisy. Anyway, let's just hop into the video. It's going to be a banger. I already know it. From what I've heard of this video, I have not seen it yet. I haven't even watched a clip of it. All I know is apparently a kid in the crowd actually pushes back against Ben and wins, or like actually manages to like catch Ben off balance, and people have been talking about it like crazy. I watched it and it's comedy gold. No way. Okay, let's watch this shit.
And I know what you're thinking. Ben, haven't you read all the books there already? Of course I have, but that's not why we're here. My producers have given me a stack of cards. They have a bunch of terms on them having to do with the government. I have to explain these to very, very small children in a fashion that kids can understand. So we'll find out how this is going to go. This video is sponsored by our friends over at Conservakids.
Excuse me? What the fuck did he just say? Conservakids, teach kids about courage. Raise kids who love America, children's books that teach core American values. How much you want to bet this is a hate group? The drawings here look very similar to the ADF, the Alliance Defending Freedom, another designated hate group. How much you want to bet this is a hate group? American values are under attack. Today's culture is actively trying to diminish the value of freedom, courage, and hard work by inundating our children with messages that undermine those principles. Oh my fucking god, dude! They're doing it! They're actually doing it right now! They're literally conserva-kids saying the left is trying to indoctrinate your children, dude. Oh my god. Here at Conserva Kids, we want to raise kids who love America and are proud of our country. While it may be fashionable to focus on what is negative, our kids deserve to be told what is right about America and learn to celebrate ideals such as freedom, courage, hard work, and personal responsibility. Guys, I've said this a million times. The conservative, the conservative master plan from the beginning has always been do a bunch of terrible shit while you're in power and deny it. And then when everybody realizes how horrible what you did was, you just slink into irrelevance for a while, then come back with like a new coat of paint and deny that any of the things that were done in the past ever happened as people lose their memory about it. And then it all works out. You guys realize it doesn't take that long either. I keep saying it over and over again. Fucking, Ruby Bridges is still alive. She was one of the first black children to ever go to a non-segregated school in America. And she's still alive and she's not that old. She's really not. She's like you'd see her and you might think she's 50. I showed a picture of her on stream recently. That was taken 5 or 6 years ago or something. It's it really wasn't that long ago that we were doing segregation and redlining and whatnot. And conservatives who were alive back then, who were responsible for a lot of those policies, have managed to make America forget about them and convince them that none of it ever happened and it wasn't really that big of a deal in the first place. It's almost admirable how well you can mind control and trick an entire demographic of people. My dad was alive when MLK and Malcolm X were alive. Yeah, it's not like segregation was not that long ago. If you're in chat right now and you're black, chances are your grandparents definitely were around when segregation was a thing, and your parents might have been. So yeah, that's the reality of it. If you're black in this country, chances are you're living in a situation where your mom and dad or your grandparents, so your mom and dad's dad, literally couldn't buy certain land because of redlining and literally couldn't even drink at the same water fountain at school, or, couldn't even go to the same schools because of segregation. Even when they couldn't even drink at the same water fountain. This was not that long ago. We got to stop pretending like it was. Remember, even after segregation ended, there was still segregated water fountains for a while. They desegregated schools, which is what when Ruby Bridges was able to go to a white school and her story happened. But even after that, for a while, they still did these are the white restrooms, these are the black restrooms. This is the white water fountain, this is the black water fountain. That was still a thing going on for a while after that. So even that is significantly more recent than the segregated schools, because that was around for a while after they desegregated schools. You guys really got to make sure you don't forget just how recent these events were in the grand scheme of things. My parents were alive when segregation was a thing. Yeah, Lonnie's parents were alive when it was a thing. It was very recent.
Hey guys, how's it going? Wow. You're very well-behaved children. All right, so I'm supposed to teach you about things today. So get ready.
Yay?
Yay?
Oh
I've
boy.
seen my mom look at him on Facebook. She said he was a very smart guy.
Do you think he is?
Oh no.
Well, now that I've met him, maybe.
Freedom. Okay, freedom.
Wait, what? Oh my god. Wait, this kid's... Dude, kids are fucking mean, okay? You will never hear a more hurtful insult than an insult from a child. Okay? Because children have absolutely no filter, and you know for a fact they're telling you the God's honest truth when they insult you. When a kid comes up to you and says, "You're ugly," you know for a fact that that kid's fucking right, because that kid doesn't have a filter like everybody else does, you know? Like, everyone else is thinking that. The kid's seeing it and thinking it, and you know, the kid doesn't have the filter to not say it like everyone else does. Obviously, it hasn't happened to me, but I've heard stories of it happening to people, and yeah, it's usually accurate when a kid says that. Kids are fucking assholes. You'll hear the rudest and meanest roast from a child, I swear to God.
Oh, now that I've met him, maybe.
Freedom. Okay, freedom.
Definition?
Oh yeah, give me a definition. Go for it.
America.
Definition of freedom is America. Okay, that's actually okay. I kind of like that. I'm with you.
I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm okay with being super pro America. Unironically, like even unironically, I'm pro being. I'm okay with being super pro America. I like America, and I think it's the best country on earth. And I'm not joking right now. I love America.
America. Okay, so
America.
Freedom is not the ability to do whatever you want. Freedom is the ability to make good choices and have those pay off. A lot of people kind of think that freedom.
Freedom is the ability, like, to put it as simply as possible, freedom is the ability to do whatever you please without infringing on the freedom of others to do whatever they please. Like, to put it simply, the right to swing your fist ends at my face, right? However, and I want to add a big however here, we in this country, and even Ben Shapiro seems to agree, have many cases where we cut down on people's freedoms because we think it's probably for the greater good, or at least Ben Shapiro thinks it is. Like, for example, drugs. Ben Shapiro, I would imagine, is very, very much in favor of the drug war, okay? And all drugs are, I mean, that's just a thing that you're doing voluntarily, that you're putting just into your own body. And if anything bad happens because you're doing it, that's all happening to you. That's all on you, really, at the end of the day. And yet, conservatives like Ben Shapiro push for the drug war. But how do they reconcile that with their takes about being so pro-freedom? The reason for it is the drug war and the over-policing of, like, areas where drug use is high is the best method to keep black people down, okay? It is the best method to over-police black people, and that's what they want to do, because they're racist. I'm tired of like sugarcoating it. They are racist, like, let's be real. At least to some degree. Maybe it's just a little bit, maybe it's a lot. To some degree. I'm not saying Ben Shapiro's out there in like a fucking KKK hoodie, like out there burning crosses in people's yards, but he's probably a little racist. Yeah. It's like, why else would he be so against the movements to liberate, black people from so many different forms of oppression?
Freedom is you get to do what you want. So if you want to run into a tree, that's freedom.
Eat.
Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't eat people like that. You don't have freedom to eat people. Cannibalism is bad.
I forgot what that's called.
It's called cannibalism.
My mom and dad told me I was gonna meet Ben Shapiro.
And did you know who he was?
Nope.
Government. Okay, so who has an idea about government? Go for it.
I don't.
Government is what takes all of your money and gives you very little in return.
That is not true.
Okay, that's...
Wait. Is this kid about to fucking, like, go sicko mode right now? Hold on. How does this child know this much about politics? This kid's mom... Well, actually, this kid's mom apparently likes Ben Shapiro. How's this kid gonna be so based? Apparently, this is the kid that debates him? What is this kid fucking shit? Yeah, baby communist Sheldon Cooper. Oh my god. Wait, this kid's mom is like a conservative. He is the average Vosh viewer? Yeah, maybe he just watches Vosh. That's true. This kid just had a Vosh video stumble into his fucking YouTube recommendations one day, and he watched it, and now he's ready. He actually knows exactly who Ben Shapiro is, and he's been waiting for this moment his entire life. He's actually trying to contain himself really hard right now, and he's actually a little Voshite, and he's about to debate Ben Shapiro, and he's he is blown away at the opportunity that's just fallen on his plate, and he's trying to keep his cool and pretend like he doesn't know what's up. I know what's going on.
It's kind of true. It depends on the kind of government.
Taxes are for.
Yeah, that is what taxes are for, but taxes are theft, children. The reality is that government is necessary so that people don't hurt each other, so that people don't...
I know I joke about taxes being theft all the time on my channel, but I want to be clear. It's not. Taxation isn't actually theft. It's not. Like, a good way to think about it, I think, is that our nation is like a company, I guess you could think, like a hotel, you know? Like a hotel. Our nation's like a hotel. Our government functions like the hotel staff, right? To keep the hotel running, you know, the people staying at the hotel kind of do have to pay. Like there has to be some way in a capitalist system where things are run with money. There has to be some way for the government to be funded for it to work. We need to have a functioning military. We need to have a functioning system for building infrastructure. We need to have a functioning system for prisons and law enforcement. We need to have a functioning system for things like firefighters and medical services, like ambulances and hospitals and shit like that. These are all things that our tax money does go to. I know it's easy to say, oh, it just goes to war and shit like that into the pockets of politicians, but realistically, our tax money goes to a lot more than that. Like, literally, like, how much in tax money per year do you think the government extracts from citizens total, do you think? Is that public? I wonder if that number is public. It's got to be high, right? Like, do you think it's in the trillions? It would have to be, right? For so many people? So many incomes from so many people? It has to be in the hundreds of billions, but I don't know. A very high amount of money, right? Like, it's got to be a decent amount. I recommend looking into it for anybody who wants to know what it is. I'm going to look into it whenever I'm bored enough to look into it. But a good amount of chunk of our taxes, you know, go into things that we actually use. You know, who brought that up? Yeah, Nibiru 420. A good chunk of our taxes goes into Medicaid and Medicare. Yeah, exactly. I think as long as you're being reimbursed, I think I would argue that under Ben Shapiro's logic, you would be a freeloader if you didn't pay taxes. Because the government, I mean, well, Ben Shapiro, you know, I assume would want to form some type of government where you wouldn't have roads. So there wouldn't be roads if nobody paid taxes. But let's assume there are still roads and infrastructure and all those things in a world where there are no taxes paid and the government has no money to pay for these things. Let's say hypothetically that happens. Wouldn't that person be a freeloader? Wouldn't we all be freeloaders if, like, wouldn't this basically just be what Ben Shapiro thinks communism is if none of us paid taxes? I don't know. Listen, Ben Shapiro and conservatives broadly can't define any of the things they dislike, so I kind of have to, try to figure out what they think communism means to figure out whether or not they're being hypocritical.
Murder each other. Right, so people don't eat people. That's right.
Yes.
You do need a government to prevent people from eating people. The Constitution. Who knows something about the Constitution? Anybody heard of the Constitution? Anybody heard of the Constitution?
No, heard of it.
Okay, so the Constitution. Okay, the Constitution is the document that lays out the list of rules for what the government can do and what the government cannot do. So the Declaration of Independence is 1776. So right as we're founding the country, right as the founding fathers are founding the country.
Does it not also put into bounds what people can do as well, Ben? I mean, yeah, like the Constitution, several different points in the Constitution are determinant of people's rights, okay? Like if you get rid of a few of those amendments to the Constitution, you're getting rid of a few demographics' rights in this country, okay? So I'm pretty sure the Constitution doesn't just determine rules for the government. I think it also determines what the rules for the people as well.
In the Revolutionary War, we fought a war against Great Britain in 1776.
Based.
You know a lot.
What was that?
And talk. Okay, maybe you do know a lot. And talk fast.
Yeah, I do
Yes,
talk
very
fast.
fast.
But you guys can keep up. You're young.
I
do run pretty fast.
I'm sure you do.
I can run very fast.
I mean,
run super
let me tell you, I don't worry about talking too fast with kids because my kids wipe me out. My kids tire me out. Okay,
Oh my god, how fast do you think Ben Shapiro's children talk? They're probably like, they could probably get a pretty good job working at one of those places where you can talk really fast like this. Wait, where is it, like those dog tracks, like a dog track where you got the guy with the microphone, and he, 4 going ahead, 3 going ahead, like where you got to talk really fast like that. I bet Ben Shapiro's kids could do that. Like an auctioneer, yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
the president.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Who knows who the
Biden.
president is right now?
Biden.
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
That's right.
Wrong. The real president is Donald J. Trump. How could you betray us, Ben?
Unfortunately, Joe Biden.
I'm with you.
Unfortunately,
One of the kids said, unfortunately, Joe Biden.
Joe
Yeah, unfortunately, Joe Biden. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Trump,
Yeah.
he is the best. He was better. Don't insult the president because he will come and
I'm going to go ahead and take a wild guess, a wild swing. And I'm going to guess that the way that this whole thing was organized was not like just Ben walked into a building and a bunch of random kids were there and now he's talking to them. I'm going to assume that this was like conservative parents who, like Ben Shapiro, reached out to this when it was advertised and then had their kids and took their kids here. So these kids are probably already at a pretty high likelihood of being conservative already, or, you know, having conservative parents, and we all know where that leads at the very least. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of these kids here like Trump just because their parents like Trump. But that one kid that was pushing back against Ben, that was weird because that kid's parents don't like Trump. So maybe that kid's just extremely independent politically from their parents at a unusually young age, which I guess does happen. I have met surprisingly young people who have differing opinions politically from their parents, which is surprising, but sure.
attack you.
Whoa!
Hey now. Yeah, he's way off base about that.
Taxes. Okay, do you guys like taxes?
Taxes are fees that you have to pay for your houses.
Well, yeah, it's not.
Close. I bet that kid probably heard his parents talk about property tax. Property tax is a thing. Close enough, kid.
There is.
And air conditioning and solar.
Right, you have to pay taxes on like everything.
Yeah.
Like everything. Except
electricity.
not on your.
Is there a tax on solar energy? How the fuck did they get away with that? Okay, if there's a tax on solar energy, if they tax you for the solar panels you put on your fucking house to make your own energy, then that is unironically theft. Okay, that is a bit sussy. If they tax you on that, okay, that would be indefensible. Because generally, when you're consuming something and you pay taxes for it, you can make the argument that you're consuming something and you're giving back by paying taxes, right? Like sales tax is a good example, right? But if you're just like doing your own sustainable energy, that's just the government taxing you because they want to like siphon some money out of you for the fuck of it.
Income in Florida because Florida's amazing. Right. So taxes are the government takes a part of the money that you spend or the money that you earn.
I think you get tax credits for getting panels in California. I wouldn't be surprised.
Or the property value of your house.
On useless stuff. What about debt?
Mostly, yes. I mean, they're supposed to spend it on things like the police. They're not supposed to spend it on just random projects or silly things that they have in their head, and they tend to spend it on kind of silly things very often.
Like what, Ben? Like silly like what, the Build Back Better bill? Like you mean like infrastructure bills? Like silly little things like the Green New Deal? What do you mean silly little projects? Or what do you mean? Doesn't most of our tax money go to the military? Like, oh yeah, medical fucking medical care. Yeah, that's a little project. That's a dumb little project we shouldn't be putting our money in, Ben. I mean, Ben does hate poor people, so that does make sense. Silly little projects like helping people, gross. True. That is what Ben Shapiro believes.
But as you get older, you will realize how little you like taxes. Taxes are very, very annoying.
I will say, and lefties got to stop pretending it's not. Taxes suck, okay? taxes really do suck. They do. It sucks to have to pay taxes. Nobody likes it. Nobody likes to have to
Welcome to
give up
capitalism, dude.
some of the money they worked hard for.
Raptor Asterisk has donated $5.
And not really get to see a tangible in front of them benefit to it, because the way that taxes is sort of like, presented to you is like you're paying for something. It's like a transaction. But the problem is when you pay taxes, you don't really tangibly get to see what your money went to in front of you, right? Like when the road that you drive to work on gets fixed, you don't really think about, oh, that's what my tax money's going to. But when you look on the news and you see a story about I don't know, about some fucking building getting fucking drone striked, you think, that's what my tax money's going to. God damn it. Oh, fucking hell. Like, you don't really think about, when it's a positive thing, that's what my tax money's going to, right? I've thought about that before because when my grandma had cancer, when my grandma was dying and she had cancer, and she would be getting chemo, at that time I was working my first job as a lifeguard. So I'd be getting my my checks in the mail or did I get them? I can't remember if I got my checks in the mail or if they gave them to me. I think they might have mailed them to me. Anyway, I get my check from my job, and I'd always show it to my grandma, mostly because it was like, hey, look, it's my first job. Look, I got another paycheck. Look, grandma, because I'm just proud, right? And they show on my paycheck a little deduction for, I think it was Medicaid. It was either Medicare or Medicaid. I think it was Medicaid. The deduction that was made for paying for Medicaid. And that was my grandma was on. And so my grandma was like, that's how much you paid into my treatment for cancer. FICA deduction could have been that. I don't know what that is. But yeah, it was... I do need to learn more about finances. That's something I definitely need to do. But yeah, it was really, really cool to be able to just see right there. That is my tax money. That is the money that I made from working going to a system that is paying for my grandmother's cancer treatment. Unfortunately, my grandma didn't survive, but nobody survives lung cancer, essentially. So it wasn't exactly too surprising, but still, that I think it's worth thinking about where your tax money does go to sometimes. You never really notice. You never really notice the positive things, I mean.
Alrighty, let's see what else.
Yo.
Quantitative easing.
What?
Wow, who put this one in here?
What is that?
All right, are we really gonna do this?
laughing?
We could do this. Okay, so
I've heard this before.
yeah, I know. I'm with you.
Everybody's laughing.
The reason that they're laughing is because this is super duper complicated. You know what a dollar is,
educate
right?
me, Ben.
Used dollars
Yeah.
before. How about Monopoly money? Have you guys ever played Monopoly? Right? Okay.
My mom and dad in it.
If you guys went to the store with Monopoly money, could you buy anything?
No.
No, you couldn't. Why not?
Because it's fake.
Because it's not real money. There is an agency of the federal government. It's called the Federal Reserve. Okay, the Federal Reserve controls how many dollars are out there. If they just print a bunch of dollars and then they just give you those dollars, it turns out they didn't make you rich.
I haven't been to the Federal Reserve before, but I did go to a mint in Colorado once, and it was so fucking dope. It was really fucking cool. They printed coins there too. They minted coins there as well. So I got to see a swimming pool's worth of fucking coin blanks. I don't know why, but something about blank quarters to me, just these blank quarters, they're so shiny. Make me want to just have them. I know they're not worth anything other than what they're made out of, which isn't worth much. But I just want to have a big fucking bag of blank quarters. There's just something about them, I think he's trying to impress the children with big words. Yeah, maybe. Rip pennies. Dude, pennies gotta go, okay? Pennies gotta be abolished. Pennies have to go.
All that happened is that your dollar now doesn't buy as many things. If the Federal Reserve just makes $1,000 and gives it to you and gives it to everybody, you can't buy an ice cream bar with $1 anymore. Now the ice cream bar is gonna cost $1,000. Okay.
That's not necessarily true. I don't think if you gave every American that's not how money works. No. Okay. The U.S. dollar is worth however much America says it's worth. Okay. That's not how that works. And even I know that. Think about it for a second. How does inflation go up and down, chat? It's not because money is getting destroyed. It's not because money is getting destroyed. It's because the government, it's because what decides how much the dollar is worth is a somewhat arbitrary decision. Now, there are systems and very specific reasons for why inflation is where it's at, where it is now. And they don't just say it's at zero for the fun of it. But it is an arbitrary number. It is only backed up by the word of the government. But the word of the government is pretty powerful, considering the fact that the US dollar is what every single business in America takes, and frankly, what every single country in the world seems to have at least some value in. Like, the US dollar will have some level of value, I think, in every nation. Like, I think you can convert it into something just about anywhere, right? It's a pretty stable currency. It's pretty solid.
Okay, that's what quantitative easing is.
Can you explain to me the concept of quantitative easing? Go.
I forgot.
So guys, you just learned more than you will in all of college about how the government works. So
I know that this is like, I know that was a joke he was making with some kids, but that's actually indicative of his actual opinion. Conservatives are anti-intellectual. Now, Ben Shapiro has a college education. He's a well-educated man because he is smart and wants to make money and knows how to make money. But you have to understand, 99% of Ben Shapiro's fans are 15-year-old boys or like complete fucking losers, okay? And burnouts, all right? Burnout losers, okay? Not the types of people that have gone to college or have graduated college and are able to say whether or not going to college is worth it, okay? Or whether or not a college education is good.
one of the questions that I frequently get asked is, how do I talk to my own children about conservative values and the things that matter? And my answer is Conservakids. Conservakids brings you books like Home of the Brave, for example, in which they discuss things like American values and American history. They're beautifully illustrated, they're really well written, and they have...
I really wonder what their segment about slavery is like. Do they talk about slavery in it, do you think, at all? Do you think they just fully shamelessly just skip it and don't acknowledge it at all? Or do you think they teach like a super whitewashed version? Or do you think they teach like a disgustingly fucking wrong version of the story? Like unironically like just almost like the slaves liked it level of history revisionism. What do you want to bet, chat? I really hope it's the former, or the latter. Yeah, I really hope it's the most of the latter. The most latteriest of the latter. How do they teach slavery? They don't. If they either just don't touch on it or they massively misrepresent it. There's no way they actually teach it like accurately. They're against that. They've admitted they're against that.
Values that you can feel comfortable sharing with your children, which is the most important thing. There's so many forces out there that are seeking to twist what kids think. There's so many people out there who want your kids to believe things that they really shouldn't believe, who want to...
So let us do it instead.
Take control of your child's education.
So shameless.
Not so with Conservakids. Conservakids is the way that you can teach your kids about the stuff that matters. They bring you all sorts of beautiful books. They have a great variety, a great selection. Check them out today at theconservakids.com/Shapiro. That's theconservakids.com/Shapiro. You get 15% off when you use...
Hey, chat. You should all donate and subscribe or gift a sub at Xanderhal.com/live. That's Xanderhal.com/live. Once again, that's Xanderhal.com/live.
Code 15Ben.
Imagine if I shilled for my channel like that.
Again, they just make great materials. They're safe for all your kids. Not just safe, they're virtuous for you to get for your kids. Theconservakids.com/Shapiro. That's theconservakids.com/Shapiro. 15% off with code 15Ben. Okay, go for it.
Good one.
What do you think about like superstars and athletes talking about politics?
So everybody in the country gets to
That's a
talk
good
about
question.
whatever they want to talk about, but athletes and superstars generally don't know anything about what they're talking about when it comes to politics. When LeBron James says things, that doesn't mean he knows things. Yeah.
I do love, though, that conservatives will literally boycott they literally boycotted the NFL to try to get Colin Kaepernick fired. They literally don't want these large figures to be able to have a voice if they disagree with them. They vie to get those they disagree with deplatformed all the time. Don't let them pretend like it's a one-sided thing, like the left is trying to, shut up and dribble, yeah. It's not like this is a one-sided thing where the left is trying to censor the right. No, the right will absolutely take every opportunity that they can possibly get to censor the left, because of course they would. The right wants to win. I would hope as much as the left does, but I would find that somewhat questionable at times because the left doesn't seem to want to win as much as the right, frankly, and it kind of pisses me off sometimes, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Will you ever be a president?
You know, all the presidents are now 100 years old, right? Like Joe Biden is really, really old. Joe Biden is 79 years old. I'm 38, which to you guys seems like super old, right? No? Okay, good. That's true.
My mom's 42. My dad's 52. My dad is 48.
I'll wait until my kids are grown up.
Boomers.
I would never run for office while I have little kids, because I want to be home with my kids. My kids are super cute. I want to spend like a lot of time with them.
When is Ben gonna admit that he's gonna run for president?
If he wanted to be president, he would probably be it tomorrow, but he just talks about it.
Raise your hand if you want Trump to be president. That means you
I feel like this kid is trolling.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Why are the people angry at the government?
Why are people angry at the government? Because sometimes the government tells us to do stuff the government shouldn't tell us
Government
to
bad.
Do you think homeschooling will ever be banned?
do. Not in Florida. So I think that there will be places that try to stop homeschooling. I come from a state called California.
I was homeschooled, and I mean, I'm glad I got my high school diploma and all that, but frankly, it was so easy to cheat and not learn shit. I did something called FLVS. It was like online schooling. It was so fucking easy to cheat. I don't remember jack shit from anything that I learned from anything like math related, okay? Math was what I really cheated on. History, English and stuff like that I did, like science stuff I did, like genuinely, because I liked it. But oh my god, I literally fucking Googled my way through every math class, and I don't remember any of it. And thank God I ended up becoming a YouTuber, because otherwise well, let's just say that I'm not good enough at math to do basically anything that requires you to do any math, okay? And I don't do anything well under pressure either. So, like, I don't know if I could be a cashier, because I feel like the pressure of having to count someone's money in front of them while they're in a hurry to do something, I feel like that would be too much pressure for me. I don't know. Me too, thanks, Zan. Yeah. I'm right there with you, Space Cadet.
Where monsters roam the streets and garbage is strewn everywhere. It's a horror-scape. No, I'm joking. They don't actually have real monsters, but it's a really poorly, the way that they run the state is really bad. So they have lots of crime, they have high taxes.
Like you think there is a monster.
Right, exactly. I came here because...
Okay. The reason why California has California has literally the largest economy in the entire country, okay? It has a larger economy than some European countries, okay? That it has a larger economy than some European first world countries, to give you an idea, all right? Of course it has a higher crime rate, okay? It has a ridiculously high population. When you have a higher population density with that high of an amount of wealth inequality, of course there's going to be higher crime and a higher rate of homelessness. Not to mention, and not like Republicans or conservatives like Ben Shapiro are any better at this, liberals are pretty bad at dealing with homelessness, okay? They are pretty bad at dealing with homelessness. I don't know if this is like an irrelevant stun lock, but I'm going to tell the story anyway. You guys will notice I actually have a new weed pen, a new weed cartridge on my vape here, and the reason for that is I had to go buy one last night, and I ended up walking.
Welcome to capitalism, dude.
Thank you. As not to give like any details as to how some psycho out there could like triangulate my exact location using this information, let's just say that it is multiple miles to the nearest dispensary from where I live. So I walked So I decided to, last night I needed to get some weed because I was playing Escape from Tarkov. I've been playing a lot of Escape from Tarkov. The only problem with that game is it's very stress-inducing, and I need to be high as fuck when I'm playing it, or I'll have tremors, and I'll be sweating, and I'll be, like, stressed out, and I'll have a panic attack. So I have to be like, I need some weed to chill out, okay? So I take my phone, put on some headphones, grab some water. With FPS Russia, I did play some Tarkov with FPS Russia, yes. I get some water, I put on my headphones, I pack my vape, everything I need to go on this little journey. And it's going to be let's just say it was a good hour and a half walk total. Okay. My trip was over an hour and a half of walking and getting to the dispensary and getting back. That's how long I'll say it took roughly. May have taken longer. Anyway, so basically I'm walking. All right. I'm walking to the dispensary, and it's California, and even though it's a very nice neighborhood, and it's not a very poor neighborhood, there's still a lot of homeless people around, like hanging out on the sidewalk and stuff like that as I'm walking, and they're all quite friendly, and I say hello to them and stuff like that. They're all trying to fucking get by and all that. And I'm walking, and this one guy starts walking behind me. This like old white dude who looks he looks like the biker guy from The Walking Dead who tried to rape Carl. You guys remember that? It's a little bit later into the show, but there's a scene where some like biker gang guys try to rape Carl, and Rick literally bites and rips the guy's throat out. Spoilers, Lonnie, it's way, way before where we are now in the show, Lonnie. You just don't remember. This is why we need to rewatch the show from the beginning, because you don't remember any of these things. It was right before Terminus, Lonnie. I know, but other people... Yeah, but this is like... Dude, this is an old episode. If you haven't seen it yet, then you fucking deserve it. You deserve to get spoiled if you hadn't seen it yet, okay? Anyway, he looked like that guy. He looked like the guy from that episode of The Walking Dead. You guys can Google it, okay? Look up Walking Dead Rick bites throat, and you'll see the guy, and you'll know what I'm talking. He looked a bit like that guy. And he was walking behind me. And he didn't look homeless or anything. He just looked creepy. And it was one of those situations where, almost certainly one of those situations where, maybe you want to be walking alone, but somebody else just happens to be walking to probably the same place, or at least somewhere near. You said he looked like a pedophile? Yeah, he looked like a pedophile is what I'm saying. Okay, all I'm saying is, let me just say this, chat. If you saw a news report on TV where they talked about a guy shanking a dude on the sidewalk in the middle of the night and robbing him, and then they showed this guy's picture for the mugshot, you wouldn't be like, oh, how could somebody so well put together do such a horrible crime? Let's just say the crime would fit the appearance, okay? Sometimes you can just kind of tell, all right? Anyway, so this creepy fucking dude, probably not actually gonna do anything or actually like trying to fuck with me or anything, is walking behind me, and I'm just kind of freaked out about it. And I'm walking, and I'm like taking every opportunity every time there's a street to like run across the street, because make it look like I just don't want to get hit by a car, and I like to get across the street quickly, to build a lot of distance. And eventually I build like 120 feet of distance where this guy's behind me. And I get to this point where, like, there are some side streets you could take that would get you to the dispensary, but it would be slower. These side streets would be slower than the road that I'm taking to get to the dispensary. You would have to either run or get a vehicle to get there faster than me at this point. All right? But I turn around as I'm turning this corner, this one corner out of this entire fucking goddamn like part of the walk that I'm at, where it's like a long straight area, and he's not there. I'm like, oh, okay. So I turn this corner, I go around this corner, and now I'm heading towards the dispensary because the dispensary's not far now. And I get to the dispensary, and chat, I shit you not, I get there, I walk in, I give the guy my card. I give the guy at the thing, my card, he asked me, is this your first time or are you returning? I say I'm returning because I go there all the time. And then I get in. The guy's already there. The guy that was behind me, already there at the fucking counter having his weed checked out. So somehow he got from being like 120 feet behind me to the dispensary before me, got to the same dispensary way before me, and was not only had he already gotten, he didn't know where I was going or anything. Not only had he already gotten his like ID and his age verified and got through security and all that, though I guess he was old enough looking that he probably would have just gotten buzzed through immediately if we're being real. But not only he was able to get there before me and pick his weed and get to the get his weed like almost checked out. But then on the way back, and I'm walking back, okay. He walks, I guess we live nearby each other, I suppose. This is why you hit up your local dealer. Listen, okay, there's no fucking weed dealers in around here anymore. There's dispensaries, okay? Anyway, so I'm walking back. Yes, there are. Really? Who the fuck sells weed anymore? Why would that even be, like, I guess, maybe, okay, all right, yeah, all right. Fuck, I'd buy weed from some random dude if it meant I could buy it for cheaper. Like when these cartridges, if I could get these cartridges for cheaper than I could at a dispensary, I'd buy them from some random dude. Anyway, as I was saying, they don't sell those. They sell weed. Well, that's just fucking cringe. Did you guys end up smoking? No, we didn't end up smoking together. I ended up walking home, and he was walking on the opposite side of the road, on the other sidewalk, basically parallel to me almost the entire time. And then I made it back. And Lonnie accused me of being the weirdo in that situation. Do you guys think I was the weirdo in that situation? Lonnie thinks I was. She accused me of being the weirdo. Yes, you 100% were. Oh. Oh. Well, you guys are just mean.
Because Florida is amazing, guys. You're so lucky to be growing up in Florida. Florida's amazing.
America is the best,
God.
but Florida's really hot.
Yes, it is.
What does the government do? Okay, so there's various kinds of government. There's your local government, like where you live. And then there's the state government, like the state of Florida, and then there's the federal government. They all do different things. So your local government, they do the police and they do the firefighting. Okay, then there's the state government. The state government decides, for example, how money goes to your local public school, for example, or how taxes get paid and how roads get made and all of that. Then there's the federal government. The federal government, the Constitution says what the federal government can do. Make sure that there's an army and a navy and an air force and that they are able to protect us against people who would want to attack the United States. That's the biggest thing the federal government does. Yeah.
Do you think...
I mean, wait, Ben, I understand you're explaining it to children, but I feel like that's unironically what Ben believes. Like, there's something I've noticed about conservatives, and I know why they do it. I'm going to explain why they do it, and it's very shameless, but here we go. So conservatives really, really hate the federal government and will shit talk the federal government endlessly. State government, though, especially if it's a red state. Now red state, now state government, that's where it's all at. That's where all the good shit is. That they're doing what actually matters. The federal government, they're just wasting all their money. No, the federal government is responsible for literally every single bill that determines the way that our money is distributed, that our budget is balanced as a nation. Not only do they operate our military, but they also completely operate our current status with other nations across the world so that we're on good terms and that we can engage in trade with them. You know, like these are really important things that the federal government does. I imagine I could go on for a lot longer, but I don't know as much about the federal government as I could. But believe me, if I knew more about it, I could list more things. But these are just things that I can list as somebody who doesn't even know that much. And even I can call out Ben's bullshit here.
Do you think Biden actually follows his own law?
I think that Biden kind of makes up the rules as he goes. I don't think, unfortunately, he cares very much about the rules for being president. I think he just tries to do whatever he can do. And then
What?
he hopes that nobody stops him, which is not a very...
What has Biden done that has been self-serving, dog? Wait, you just perfectly described Trump. Dude, the projection on these people. Wait, what? Can you guys think of one self-serving thing Biden has done in office? I'm genuinely, chat. One self-serving, corrupt thing he's done while he's been in office so far. He really hasn't done much. He's just been like a pretty general status quo. You know, maybe we push it a little better in some social space, some social areas, when it comes to social movements, because that's popular among Democrat voters. But for the most part, maintaining the status quo and whatnot. Yeah, he did not pass the capitalism abolishment executive order. That was pretty cringe. I'm not a big fan of that. God, can you imagine if that was real? Jesus fucking Christ.
very good way of being president. And that's why the founders were really smart. The founders created a
Probably
system
not possible.
where there are people who can stop you if you break the rules, which is really important.
Do you think China purposefully caused a pandemic?
Oh my
I think
God.
that China purposefully covered up a pandemic. It probably started in a laboratory in China, and then it got released, and then they pretended that it was not their fault, and they didn't know what was going on, and they lied a lot, and then it got out and killed a lot of people.
Dude, can we go back and see the fucking evolution of it's ironic. Ben Shapiro, you claim not to defend evolution, and yet your arguments about this have evolved constantly. Dude, watching Ben Shapiro talk about COVID over the years has been wild. So first it was COVID isn't a big deal, it's not real. Then it was it's not a big deal, we need to get back to work. It is real. And it does kill people, sure, but we need to get back to work, okay? You need to all get back to work, all right? And then it was, okay, it's killing a lot of people, and it is serious, but the masks and the vaccines are too far. And then it was, and now they've evolved it to, okay, it is serious, and okay, maybe you should get vaccinated. Ask your doctor because YouTube's clamping down on their balls a little bit. But also, China caused it, and China tried to cover it up in the first place. Which I feel like their final conclusion, their talking points now, don't really mesh well with their previous talking points previously. Where they said that it wasn't real and they were trying to disregard and ignore it originally, and now they're trying to claim that China tried to cover it up. Meanwhile, it was liberal media outlets getting information from China that originally got everyone to know about COVID.
Do you think the Supreme Court will overturn
Supreme Court? I love that.
Wow. I think the Supreme Court will not overturn Roe versus Wade, unfortunately. I have a feeling that the Supreme Court is going to change the rules of Roe versus Wade, but that doesn't mean they're going to throw it out completely. They're going to do what they always do, and they're going to be confusing about it.
Who is your favorite Democrat?
Wow, that is a difficult question.
I know, right?
A Democrat who's alive?
We finally
Right now, Joe Manchin, Senator Joe Manchin from West Virginia is my current favorite Democrat. He's preventing Joe Biden from doing a lot of bad things.
Why is that not surprising? The most Republican Democrat would be his favorite. I bet if you asked him what his second favorite is, it would be cinema.
Do you think we can have a stable government again?
I think that the government is still pretty stable, is the truth. We should be grateful to live in a country where the government is this stable. The truth is that if you look at history and if you look at all other countries, there are a lot of countries that really don't have a stable government, and it's really difficult. We're so lucky to live in this country. We really are. So as much as we have problems here in the United States, this is still a fabulous, fabulous country, and we should all really be grateful.
Dog, if you're here and you're American, you did still really luck out to have been born in a really easy leveling zone, you know? Think about it like World of Warcraft leveling zones, you know? Being born here is like being born in Elwyn Forest, okay? being born in like the Middle East is like being born in fucking goddamn I don't know, what's a really difficult WoW zone? The Burning Steppes or something. Not a very fun place to be.
To live here. And that I guess is the thing that I would say to all you guys. You're gonna live like for a super long time, and you're gonna get to
Norway
see
would
all
be
sorts of
Iron
amazing
Forge.
things happen in the country. And the most important thing to remember is the harder you work, the better your life is going to be. The better the decisions you make, the more responsible you are, the more you help other people, the better your life is gonna be.
That's not wrong, by the way. I do think that like conservatives try to sort of something that conservatives do is they wrap up political like propaganda in decent self-help life advice. Conservatives have sort of built like they've sort of gotten a monopoly on being like the party of responsibility, like the politically or like the responsibility party, right? The people who are all about buckling down, putting on those fucking boots and getting to work, right? They've sort of given themselves that reputation in society, I think. And I think it's somewhat well earned because they've done a really good job of sort of using that sort of talking point in their propaganda. A big part of conservative, demagoguery is convincing people that we live in a meritocracy, that we all live on a pretty much level playing field. Maybe there's a few bumps, but those aren't a big deal. There's always going to be bumps. Don't worry about those bumps. But we live on a pretty level playing field, and anybody who is suffering under our system is suffering because they must have made some bad choices. And frankly, if you ask them, they probably do deserve to suffer because of those bad choices. If you ask Ben Shapiro, he probably believes that. That is like the number one talking point from conservatives. So when they need to convince you that we live in a meritocracy, it's very, very important for them to, at every single turn, say, oh, hard work will get you by. Now, don't get me wrong. Hard work will get you by, okay? Hard work, you can't get anywhere without hard work unless you are extraordinarily lucky, and you're probably not going to be lucky, okay? It's called luck for a reason. You do need to work hard if you're going to survive in this world. And it's unfortunate, but yeah, you do have to work pretty fucking hard to get by, okay? And hard work is something that's worth, admiring, right? I worked really hard to build this YouTube channel. I don't think anyone could argue in good faith that I didn't. I mean, it's taken years. It's taken like a lot of blood, sweat, and fucking cum to get this channel to where it is today. And, I'm pretty proud of it. And I think the left doesn't fetishize hard work as much as the right does. So the right's almost been able to get a monopoly on being like the hard work people, like the real responsible people.
In this country, which is the best country in the world, if you make great decisions, you're going to have an unbelievably awesome life. You're going to make a huge difference in the world, and you can make the world a better place.
On your head?
Oh, good question. Okay, so this is a yarmulke. Jews and Christians believe in the same God. We just have slightly different beliefs about the kind of stuff that we have to do that God says that we have to do. So what this means is that Orthodox Jews who keep a lot of commandments, we keep this on our head, right? In the Bible, when it talks about the Israelites, that's the Jews. So the Jews eventually, now we're their descendants. So we keep the yarmulke on our head to remind us that God is around us at all times, so we should make good decisions, basically. Alrighty, guys. Well, you can go enjoy your day.
Why not
now,
like a
'cause it's
ring?
all over. So you're good. Thank you, guys. It's great to meet all of you.
Why not something like more convenient, though?
I have 3 of my own, so more children. Children in my house. No, they've got parents. I feel like their parents should keep them.
Which is tougher, talking to kids about government or explaining government to Democrats?
Oh, by far, it's more difficult to explain government to Democrats because they're so certain about the things that they know, and those things are just wrong. Whereas kids just don't know things, and you can actually explain them to them.
Are you more or less hopeful for the future?
I'm way more hopeful for the future than before I did this because those kids are smarter than the people that we have in Congress currently.
I only came today because I thought Knowles was gonna be here.
Knowles? Oh wait, he must Michael Knowles. Wait, why Michael Knowles? What? You'd think Matt Walsh because he made that one kids book, right? they told him to say that? Do you think so? Do you think they told him to say that? That does sound like he's repeating a line. I don't know. I can't imagine like a 5 or a 6 year. I don't know how old kids are. Like a 6-year-old finding Michael Knowles entertaining. Okay, I don't find Michael Knowles entertaining. Okay, I don't even find his style of presentation entertaining because it's too dry for me. And I'm an adult who likes politics. Okay. And that kid's like 6. Okay, well, let's be real. They probably told that kid to say that. Anyway, that was fucking ridiculous. Okay, Ben Shapiro, what are you doing? Why are you like, not debating really, but like, why are you trying to like in person? Like, you can't shit on Drag Queen Story Hour and then do right-wing demagogue Story Hour right afterwards. You can't do that, dog. Come on, man. Listen, all I'm saying is conservatives are more... Listen, all I'm saying is the rate of pedophilia among conservatives is higher than that among trans people and, like, drag queens. And Ben Shapiro thinks that drag queens are too dangerous to have around kids. So all I'm saying is that maybe we should apply Ben Shapiro's same standard, okay? That's all I'm saying. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. It really does help out the video and the channel a lot more than you even realize. And if you're watching this live right now, also consider leaving a like on the stream. As the stream goes on longer and longer, YouTube stops recommending it to my subscribers, telling them that I'm live. But if you keep liking the stream, it tells YouTube that, yeah, maybe they should tell my subscribers I'm still live, which keeps new people coming into the stream, keeps things fresh, keeps the viewer count high, and just helps me out a lot. And it only takes like half a second to hit the like button, and it really does help. And it's totally free. Anyway, also, if you want to follow all my social media, links are down below, including my Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Discord, and, of course, my Patreon, which, of course, you can pledge to, where you'll be able to get all sorts of exclusive content. And, of course, speaking of pledging to me and being able to support me financially, if you want to donate to me to help me out to keep food in my mouth, a roof over my head, and, some lock and load in my belly to keep my cum nice and frothy and my loads nice and powerful, please consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub over on my website, xanderhal.com/live. Super chatting or doing a super sticker over on YouTube, subbing, gifting a sub, or prime subbing for free over on Twitch, donating through Streamlabs, or even perhaps buying some of my crispy, delicious, frothing, hot merch. Links down in the description. It's pretty good stuff. Definitely get some of my merch. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, no matter how you support my channel, and yeah, have a good one. Good segment, chat. V-Raptor, thank you for the tier 1 good sub to Unstoppable Sarah said, would you do a teach politics to kids in person? Because that would be interesting and funny, Lamau. No, I would not. I would not
Maria
ever speak to children.
has donated $5.
That would be so fucking sussy, too. Jesus. Thank you, V-Raptor. The Florian Agox, thank you for the tier 1 good sub to Zap Solace, says, get your white ass out of here. Also, Zan, this is child abuse. You can't show this on YouTube. The Obsidian Simp, thanks for the 10 Canadian dollars. I don't know how much that is in American, but thank you. Says, have you played The Last of Us Part 1 or Part 2? They are a couple of my favorite games. I find their narrative quite powerful and think the LGBTQ representation in the sequel was very earned. It seems like they're I played a little bit of 1. I don't remember much from it, but I've seen quite a bit of 2. Haven't played them, though. Not much. So whenever they come out on PC, which I'm sure they will eventually, there's just no way they're not, then I'll probably stream them, frankly, and that'll be my playing them. But thank you for that. And thank you for the tier 1 gift sub to Zap Solace, the Florian Agox. And V-Raptor, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, why do kids always get the cool op when they don't care about the significance? I skipped out of the trip to Quebec and Ottawa in 2nd grade because I didn't care for it. Why do kids always get the cool opportunities when they don't care about the significance? Oh yeah, like youth is wasted on the young. That's the thing, though, right? That's the whole meme, right? Thank you for the $5 though, and Maria Ricusa, thank you for the $5. Says, you're awesome. Do what you do. I'm half Sicilian, half Swedish. I live in Sweden. You were almost nailing my last name. Ben is so dumb that he can't communicate with kids. Is it Ricusa? I bet it's Recusa. Yeah, well, thank you. Almost nailing. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. That puts us at a mighty and lovely 225. Guess what, chat? Should I give you guys a few minutes before the next segment to try to raise $75 to get me in the Sonic onesie for the last two segments of the stream? Debate Fritz. Oh my God, who's Fritz? Click on Posadas John's link. What is Posadas John's link? Xanderhal, oh, it's starting. Some dumbass who never posted on the Vosh subreddit found the screenshot. Oh, it's the Nazi... Yeah, it already got removed by the moderators already because they probably know it's fake. But yeah, that is obviously the person in question's stream and the fake me account saying Susan. Oh, it's a nose. I thought it was the praying emoji for a second. Nose and then the Israel flag. I think you get the dog whistle the guy saying this was using here. I think you get it. You can also see the Oy vey shut it down. Oof, someone exposed Xanderhal for his anti-Semitic ass. He got shadow banned because he said the N-word. No, fine, no, you haven't. Give Jim N-word pass. I don't know what the context was. Clearly they were talking about me in some context because the YouTuber in question's obsessed with me. But yeah, this obviously isn't me. In case you didn't know, literally anyone can make a YouTube account claiming to be you on YouTube, okay? Also, think for a moment. Do you think I'm dumb enough to like jeopardize my entire YouTube career to go into a Nazi streamer who
has donated $10?
Who it is publicly known as a stalker of mine's stream to drop Nazi memes in the chat? Do you think that a chat full of people who would be biting at the bit? Yeah, biting at the bit for any like opportunity to destroy my career. Do you really think that's something I'd be doing?
Welcome to capitalism, my dude.
Maria _Rachusa has donated $5.
Yes, now you said it right. Thank you, Recusa. Okay. Yeah, so obviously it's not real. Let's read the comments, though. I'm curious. I'm reading through the comments on this. It looks like everybody, for the most part, is like calling out the obvious fakeness of it. Oh, wait. Yeah, this person I hope this person got banned from the subreddit because this person for a fact is lying then. They're claiming they just posted the screenshot because they saw it in the chat. Also, if you're a viewer of that streamer, you're a Nazi and probably not like somebody who should probably not the type of person who should probably be in the Vosh subreddit, but you know. Yes, that is truly Zan's account, not some dipshit impersonating him. It's him. I checked the YouTube channel after taking the screenshot. Can you do that? Is that even possible? I don't even think that's possible. Whose YouTube channel's getting checked today? You know what? Ricky, you're getting checked. Yeah, you can go to channels. So yeah, this person's just outright lying. How much do you want to bet this actually is? Nah, it's probably just one of their fans.
Welcome to capitalism, my dude.
That's so fucking sad. Oh my god, hold on, I'll get to that in a minute. Oh, it's so fucking sad. Why don't you post the stream? It replays the live chat. That would be irrefutable proof and also give context to what was being talked about. Literally all you would need to do if you had the live stream link would be to look over the live stream replay. And I mean, I would presume if the live stream replay is enabled, and then I guess you would be able to, just like I did in the chat just now, click the dots and go to channel and see whether or not it's legit. That isn't Zan's account, obviously. Then why was the stream deleted after someone said expose Xanderhal? The YouTuber whose stream it is hates me. Why would they delete the stream to protect me? Jesus. Okay. Hold on. I gotta get to these. Good lord. Big Boobagoth. If that name is accurate, DM me. Thank you for the $10. Says, food in mouth, roof overhead, come, extra frothy. It is indeed. Thank you for that. Maria Racusa, thank you for the $5. Says, yes, now you said it right. Thank you. My inner Italian has finally boiled to the surface. Lonnie agrees. Lonnie likes Big Booba Goths as well. Torgo's Hand, thank you for the tier 4 sub, says, Ben Shapiro is my least favorite Pokemon antagonist. True, he does kind of act like an anime antagonist, doesn't he? Just a little bit, maybe, you know? You guys picking up what I'm putting down? Getting the vibe, maybe? Just a little bit, you know? Kinda, you know? Okay, Torgo's Hand, how much was that? Holy shit, thank you so much for the tier 4 sub. How much is that? I want to make sure that I accurately add the amount to the dono goal, and I don't, scam you in case that was a 3-monther and not a 1-monther. I'll just check. You're taking too long to respond. I'm sorry. I've got a fast metabolism. I've got a fast brain. I move fast. 'Cause I am Sonic. The sledge hog. You come fast? I'm sorry about that, Kawaii's Star Fairy, unless that's a good thing.
Asterisk has donated asterisk $5.
February to March. Okay, it's a 1-monther. Thank you, Torgo's Hand. Very kind of you. That is like, $40? Yeah, $40. Still a lot of money. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And finally, V-Raptor, thank you for the final, unironically, the final piece of the puzzle. The $5 says, sometime this month, I might try to donate a tier 4 gifted sub, though 2 or 3 would be way better, so I might try that sometime. Thank you so much. And V-Raptor, thank you for the tier 1 gifted sub to Chosen Hero, says, no white names allowed. True. Putting us at, with that said... And I'm so proud of you, chat, because you actually managed to do it before we started the next segment. Putting us at $305. And thus achieving the onesie stream. I'm going to go put on the onesie, but first, I'm going to set the new dono goal to $350 and just rename it Feed Me. As you guys all know, obviously the donos now are just, if you guys just want to support me extra, I don't have any particular goal for you guys in mind anymore, but feel free to try to push it to the stretch goal if you guys just want to make me extra super happy today. But yeah, thank you guys so much for getting us to the dono goal today. I really do appreciate it. You guys have been so fucking supportive lately. So yeah, I'm gonna go put on the Sonic onesie. I'll be right back.
Welcome to capitalism, my dude.
Joshkus asterisk has donated asterisk $5.
Well, where's the piss, Sonic? Where did you hide all of the piss? The piss, Sonic, where is the piss?
Hi.
Welcome to Capitalism,
Josh?
dude.
How many more Donos will there need to be before you learn a fighting game on stream?
Wait. Stop. Hold on. Media share videos are for after the stream, okay? And probably never doing fighting games on stream. I really don't care about fighting games. This is not my type of thing. I'm really sorry. They're not fun. They're not fun to me. I don't enjoy it. It's not fun to me. I don't find it. It's not good. I don't like it. Just my preference. I'm sorry. Okay. Josh Kiss, thank you for the $5. Says my trip to Japan. Oh wait, hold on. Let me. Should be. Did I count that dono from Josh Kiss? Let's hope I did. No, I did. I did. Okay. Josh Kiss, thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. It says my trip to Japan in a few months was canceled due to COVID restrictions, but now I'm going to Europe in a few months. Well, I'm really glad that you kind of get to have it like worked out in the end, you know? Hey, Tipster, how you doing, buddy? You should come to the website, chat. It's way better. Make an account. I'll give you a cool green name. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, well, thank you guys for continuing to donate to the stretch goal. It's pretty fucking based. All right. It's time to talk about the man. Joe Rogan has been in the news lately. People have been talking about him a lot, you know? It's been getting around a little bit. People have been talking. And a lot of arguments have been happening online and even in the more contemporary mainstream political space about whether or not Joe Rogan's platforming of certain people has been responsible. Most notably, people who are maybe a little bit questioning of the mainstream opinion on COVID. Now, here's the reality of it. Joe Rogan is not very good at responsible platforming. He really just isn't. He will have anybody he likes in his show. If he finds the conversation interesting or he thinks that it'll do well for the show, he'll have them on. He doesn't really care about pushing back against whatever they're saying. He definitely has his biases, but the main issue that I have with Joe Rogan is how readily and unapologetically he platforms anyone from like plenty of cool people to just the absolute worst people, you know? And Joe Rogan has the largest podcast in the world. He has tens of millions, right? Tens of millions of people that watch, every single episode of his podcast. So there is some level of responsibility that I think a figure with such a massive amount of reach owes to their audience. I'm actually going to go ahead and take off these headphones because I don't need them for the segment, and also they kind of fuck with the goddamn hoodie. All right. Listen up, guys. I do not like Joe Rogan, okay? I do not care for Joe Rogan. Not in the sense, I don't like hate Joe Rogan as a person or anything. There are no qualities about Joe Rogan that are appealing to me. Like, I don't think he's like a funny or an interesting guy or anything like that. Like, that's not, like, if I want to watch an episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, Joe Rogan's not the reason I'm watching it, okay? Joe Rogan's great at one thing when it comes to his podcast, okay? And I think this is why his podcast has become so large. I think it's actually why Joe Rogan became so famous in the first place, though I think the cult of personality built around him is probably not warranted. I don't think he deserves the cult of personality that's been built around him. I think the reason why he's grown so much and why he has the largest podcast on earth is because he's an amazing interviewer. I think whether you like Joe Rogan or not, you have to give him credit, okay? The guy is an amazing Amazing interviewer. He really, really is. I can't show any Joe Rogan clips on stream because, I mean, they're copyrighted and I'll get fucking sussed out of existence, so we're not going to do that. But like, just to give you an example for, like Joe Rogan had this like one like actual like scientist or like an actual physicist or something on his show. And they were talking about some like serious like science stuff, like I think like quantum suicide or quantum death or whatever. Something I've talked about on stream recently, I think. And they were talking about that, and I watched it recently. I haven't really watched much Joe Rogan. Most of the Joe Rogan I'd watched up until recently was actually segments that I was covering on stream and debunking. But this was the first time I'd actually seen like an interesting Joe Rogan segment pop up in my recommended, and I ended up watching it. And this was a few days ago. And I listened to it, and, I really enjoyed it. And I noticed, like, this really, really smart dude. Like, this is a smart guy that's being interviewed here that I wish I could talk to because I have a million questions I would ask this guy if I could just talk to him directly. And I was thinking that going into the interview. But Joe Rogan literally asked every question I would have asked. And by the end of that episode of his podcast, I don't think there would be any questions I'd have left to ask that guy, which is pretty rare of an interview like that, Joe Rogan's pretty damn good at doing interviews, and it's part of what makes this podcast so special. The vast majority of people, I'm sure, don't watch Joe Rogan's podcast because Joe Rogan's that interesting of a guy. I'm sure if every episode of Joe Rogan's podcast was just Joe Rogan talking to himself, or just talking about stuff, or even just talking with a guest, and it was the same guest every day, like another figure on par with Joe Rogan, I don't even know if that podcast would be as big as it is now. I think the thing about Joe Rogan's podcast, the reason that it's so big, is that it's the biggest podcast. I think it's self-sustaining at this point. Joe Rogan's podcast is the podcast you go to if you want to see your favorite celebrity on a podcast. If you're the average person and somebody that you follow appeared on a podcast and you want to watch that podcast, or somebody that you want to hear from, or somebody you're interested in talking on a podcast and you want to hear it, chances are the podcast they appeared on was the Joe Rogan Experience. Because it's number one. Which means you constantly have an influx of new people being introduced to Joe Rogan. And the vast majority of Joe Rogan episodes are not that problematic. They really, really are not that problematic. They're just, I'm being, not a single issue. There wasn't a single issue in that one science one I watched. Yesterday, I watched an episode of JRE where he interviewed Daryl... What's his name? It's Daryl something. I can't remember his last name. He's a black guy who became famous for de-radicalizing a bunch of guys from the KKK. I can't remember his last name, but he did Daryl A. Davis. Yes, thank you. I thought it was Davis, but I wasn't 100% sure. Thank you, the Florian Agox. Yeah, he did an episode with that guy, and it was a really, really insightful and interesting episode. He told, I was immersed in the story he was telling about when he went to the bar to meet, this fucking high-up member of the KKK for an interview, and the KKK guy did not know that he was black before the interview, so he was it was kind of there's some tension there too. It was a very, very, very interesting story and a very good episode of the episode, and it's very clear, it's a very clear anti-racist message to the episode, but nonetheless, just a few episodes later, let's say Joe Rogan platforms some doctor who's been laughed out of the academic scene for proposing some theories about race and IQ, maybe, there's nothing stopping Joe Rogan from doing something like that. Didn't Joe Rogan have the author of the bell curve on his show? Wait, I'm almost certain Joe Rogan had one of the authors of the bell curve on his podcast. Did he not? Has he not platformed literal race realism before? I may be wrong here, but I feel like he did. I feel like I heard this a while ago. I may be wrong, but what I'm saying here is he's done things quite similar to that, okay? As far as like the vaccine stuff goes and like LGBT issues, he's platformed a lot of misinformation and a lot of downright hateful stuff as well, which frankly I think is a little bit less concerning than the misinformation. I'm not concerned with people disagreeing with me. Like, I don't think that people should be censored for disagreeing with me. I think people should be censored for spreading misinformation. Depending on the context, of course. I mean, obviously you're allowed to be wrong, but I think when you actively and knowingly and maliciously spread misinformation about an important topic, like a public health issue, like a pandemic, to your audience, I think maybe there should be some accountability held to you there on the account of the platforms that host your content. Now we got to get around to the Joe Rogan stuff. This is where my hot take comes about. A lot of people on the left right now, and when I say the left, I mean like not just communists and socialists and stuff like that. I mean Democrat types, like liberals and stuff like that. Like popular celebrities that are kind of left-leaning. Tons of people are calling for Spotify, who had like $100 million like exclusivity deal with Joe Rogan, by the way, are calling for Spotify to just get rid of Joe Rogan for his platforming of anti-vax stuff and the narratives that he spread. And this has led to an absolute fucking meltdown. Just last night, I watched a debate between Vosh and Schuonhead, or not a debate, but a more of like Vosh covering something Schuonhead said in sort of like a debatey format of Schuonhead criticizing lefties who want to have Joe Rogan deplatformed. And, Vosh defending the deplatforming position, right? And I think I'm actually going to fall not quite in the middle, but not quite on either of their positions in this scenario, because I think their argument is a pretty good representation of the broader narrative and the broader discourse happening about Joe Rogan and his platforming online right now. I think the answer to this question can't be black or white. The answer to this question can't be leaving Joe Rogan on these platforms as he is now platforming misinformation and having the effect he's having. If you genuinely feel like right now the effect he's having is a positive one and that nothing should be done about it, then I don't know what to tell you. You just don't believe in trying to make the world a better place. Why are you interested in politics? Why are you involved in politics if you have that position? But I also don't think the answer is banning him, because Joe Rogan himself really hasn't done anything all that warranting of banning. I mean, his platforming is questionable, but the opinions of Joe Rogan himself and even the things he's expressed don't really seem to be all that problematic. I mean, the trans stuff is one thing, but I mean, unfortunately, we've got a long way to go with like informing the vast majority of Americans on trans issues. So that's something that I think is, unfortunately, there's a certain point where you have to be like, okay, someone can be like good on most situations, like race, homosexuality, immigration, like they can be good on most of those issues, but then like the trans topic, they aren't too good on it, but you still recognize they've got potential, because they still, they're good on those other things. They just need to be informed. They're just like, they need to get there, right? That's what I feel like Joe Rogan is, right? Like I've seen so many Joe Rogan segments now. I've seen Joe Rogan talk to Bernie Sanders and agree with a shit ton, if not everything, really, that Bernie Sanders was saying. I've seen Joe Rogan talk to TERFs and right-wing conservatives and neo-Nazis, like what was his name? The fucking Gavin McInnes guy. He's platformed real neo-Nazis and agree with them on everything they talk about and just smoke up with them and agree about everything they discuss. It really is bizarre. He's like a sponge. He really can't he has like no set opinions. His political stances, his worldviews seem to change like sporadically depending on who he talked to most recently. It's kind of bizarre. Anyway, with all of that said, what is my big brain based out of the box opinion on how we answer the Joe Rogan question? What is my answer to this question? What's the name of the fan guild in WoW Revelation, and is it Alliance or Horde? There's no guild yet. I haven't named it, but it will be Alliance. I'll be playing a human warrior, so just keep that in mind. I think I installed Revelation WoW earlier, but I have not started up yet, and I don't know if the servers are up yet 100%. I haven't made my character yet, so I got to do that. Anyway. What is my outside-of-the-box solution? We can't ban Joe Rogan. We can't vie for getting Joe Rogan banned. It's political suicide. I'm sorry. This is my hot take. This is the hot take from the title. We can't. We got to stop advocating for the banning of Joe Rogan. We have to stop. We have to stop. We have to stop advocating for Joe Rogan to get deplatformed. It's political suicide. And do you guys want to know why? Joe Rogan is the #1 podcast in the fucking world. Okay? The #1 podcast in the fucking world. He has so much reach and such a massive audience and such a sycophantic audience, many of which aren't even that politically like radical. They're just like normies who have some pretty shitty opinions because the political knowledge they get is from Joe Rogan. Guys, listen to my whole take before you guys say you disagree or I'll fucking ban you. Like they aren't even that politically like aware. They're not even like that right wing even. They just have some shitty opinions because they get their politics from Joe Rogan, right? And the guests he has on. Here's my problem though. Did you notice like what happened with Shuanhead and Vosh? Because the prospect of Joe Rogan getting banned? Like how much that pissed off someone who is left-leaning but is as normie-minded. Like if you want to get a gauge on how like normies are going to react to an issue, look at how Shuanhead reacts to an issue. No hate to Shuanhead, but like if you want to get an idea of how the general public would react to something, look at how Shuanhead reacts to it, and that should give you a good gauge on how the average person will react to like a certain event, right? People love Joe Rogan. And if the right, and if Joe Rogan himself and the right especially are able to say the left got Joe Rogan banned, the left got the most popular, beloved podcast in the world banned, deplatformed one of the most beloved figures in the fucking country and got him banned, it would be political suicide. It would be political suicide. Unfortunately, it seems the solution here is one that isn't very practical to actually achieve. The real solution here is we have to change Joe Rogan's mind. The real solution is that large figures on the left need to stop being such bitches about defending their positions and start using their online platform to vie to get on Joe Rogan. Okay? Joe Rogan has random online figures and sometimes even nobodies on his podcast all the time. He does like, what does he do? Like a weekly podcast? How much you want? It's like weekly, right? It's a weekly podcast, right? How often is this podcast? A week? If it's a week or any more, then what I'm about to say will apply. He has to get a guest for every week. That, like, granted, it is the biggest podcast in the world, but you have to get interesting guests who are going to be able to bring interesting perspectives and bring in viewership and be entertaining. If you're a large figure out there and you're watching this, or hell, if you're an audience member of a large figure out there and you aren't constantly putting pressure on your favorite figures to use their platform to push to get onto things like Joe Rogan so that they can defend their positions and spread their ideas and maybe actually convince Joe Rogan that maybe platforming this kind of stuff is a bad idea. Is it possible? No, but I think we should try. Honestly, let's ban Joe Rogan just to show all the lefties demanding he be deplatformed how insanely stupid that would play out and how it would make everything even worse. Yeah, I think there are some like actual practical solutions we can do though. Like in the meantime, I think that simple markings for misinformation will probably do the job pretty well. I think that there's a certain like net that you have to like throw and realize that like you don't have to expend that much energy to keep somewhat reasonable people from falling into crazy radical ideologies, right? Like generally, if you put a warning before a video about the Holocaust, about it being misinformation, I feel like most reasonable people are gonna like click off the video or not take what is in the video seriously. Most people that are going to take that video seriously after seeing that warning are already like too far gone, right? The question is about whether or not it's healthy for somebody like Joe Rogan, who has such a broad normie audience and such a broad media presence, to platform these, and I'm going to be honest, these niche far right or these niche radical conservative figures. Because in many cases, like, let's be real, Jordan Peterson's a big deal, but like, how many people do you think never heard of Jordan Peterson before they saw him on Joe Rogan? I'd be willing to bet millions, considering every episode of his show gets tens of millions of views, okay? Jordan Peterson is a niche internet micro-celebrity in comparison to fucking Joe Rogan, all right? This is serious platforming, okay? Your career can be made by platforming on Joe Rogan, all right? And I do think that when you are that guy, when you are the guy whose podcast being a guest on can kickstart an entire career that can influence millions of people, I think maybe, yeah, there is a little bit of responsibility you should have. Is it like maybe a little telling? Is it maybe not a little telling, okay, that like... Okay, we usually look to like a lot of our media for like moral messages about the world, I think, generally, right? You know, typically I feel like if we see somebody in the real world acting like a villain from a story that's really popular, usually that's pretty telling about that person. Do you guys agree? Do you guys agree with that? Chat, respond. Why is chat so slow today? We got 250 viewers. Sorry, I zoned out. Why are you guys so slow today? Marco. I was zoned out too. Jesus Christ. You guys are... Look at how many of you were here and you weren't even talking. Look at this. You guys... I have the quietest, most silent chat in the fucking world. I could have like 1,000 viewers and it'll look like I have 20. Okay? Jesus Lord. Okay. What was I saying? Anyway, yeah. Okay. So Joe Rogan, I feel like does have a responsibility to his audience. I was saying before, I feel like we get a lot of our moral messages from media, and I feel like, that's probably a good thing, right? Because I feel like a lot of media does have good moral messaging. And one of the most famous quotes in all of media is, "With great power comes great responsibility," right? And is that not quite literally applicable to Joe Rogan, who has so much power and yet exercises so little responsibility with said power? Should that basic moral lesson that we all learned from fucking Spider-Man not apply to somebody as powerful as Joe Rogan? Frankly, I'd be willing to bet that Joe Rogan has more power and influence than most American politicians. Most American politicians don't really have that much power in and of themselves. Joe Rogan, though, if he wanted to, could organize a riot. Joe Rogan could probably organize a record-breaking protest in the streets of Washington, D.C. if he wanted to. With his platform, if he told his fans for like months ahead and like really shilled for it and told his fans to come protest with me in Washington, D.C. on this date and really shilled for it in all of his episodes for a few months going ahead, I think he would be able to bring out hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people to protest. Guarantee it. When you have that much power, you know what? I do think it comes with some responsibility. But banning him outright is only going to make the left look insanely bad, okay? Like, holy shit. Imagine how many Joe Rogan fans right now, look at this, it's extremely important to your point. What is this? Oh my God, yeah, look at this, holy shit. Q3 media ratings, average viewers per show in the millions. So this is from Spotify. The Joe Rogan Experience, 11 million viewers on average per episode, followed in second place by just absolutely fucking destroying second place by several times. Like, what is this? Like 4 times second place being Tucker Carlson Tonight at 3.24 million, The Five at 2.98, Hannity at 2.94. Notice how like almost all of these are like right-wing media outlets. It's almost like the vast majority of right-wing media in this country is pretty right-wing, and like the largest figure in this country is like a centrist with a pretty conservative-ish kind of bias in who he platforms typically. Yeah, I guess Rachel Maddow, I guess, is kind of left-leaning, I guess. Maybe MSNBC. I mean, Rachel Maddow and MSNBC, you're not really doing all that well. Yeah, it's like then CNN, yeah. Dude, CNN really is not doing well compared to fucking Fox News, Tucker Carlson, and Joe Rogan. There you have it. Yeah, I feel like this definitely supports my point. Yeah, so basically the thing I'm trying to get across here is that there's a problem here, okay? I think we need to agree that there is a problem here and that we cannot just say, fuck it, Joe Rogan just spreading misinformation to his massive audience with no responsibility is fine. Like, clearly that's a problem. I think we can agree on that. I hope we can agree on it. If we don't, then that's a problem. But if we can agree on that, and we can agree on, like, my fellow lefties who want Joe Rogan banned, if we can agree on the fact that banning Joe Rogan outright would be political suicide for the left, it would radicalize a shit ton of Joe Rogan's normie audience who is already maybe a little bit predisposed to conservatism, much further right, and fully on board with the conservative censorship narrative. And not only that, but it would then lead to Joe Rogan becoming a martyr that the right could then build an entire generation of political propaganda on top of, possibly enough to even cause a conservative surge enough to get another Republican elected in this country. I think both those ends of the spectrum, both those solutions, both those possibilities are a problem, and we can do something else. And I think a good start, a good thing Spotify could do, something that lefties could start advocating for now that should not be controversial, and if anybody finds it to be a problem, then they're a piece of shit, would be just misinformation warnings. Just mark, like, each episode of the Joe Rogan Experience that has medical misinformation in it or any misinformation in it, mark it as having misinformation. Hell, when the person that they're having on as a guest is about to say something that's misinformation, hell, even just have a little, what is about to be said is misinformation has been debunked. The real truth, like, have like a robot voice read off like the Wikipedia page of whatever it is right before they say it or something. Like, do something that makes it so they're not being deplatformed, but they are being forced to engage with the truth. All right? That's my favorite thing. I'm actually, as time goes by, I'm getting less and less in favor of deplatforming these conservative figures, and I'm becoming more and more in favor of them being forced and being put into situations where they're unable to ignore the fact that reality disagrees with their opinions. When YouTube is putting like a fucking plaque beneath their videos that says it's misinformation and linking Wikipedia that's debunking what they said. Stuff like that, I fucking love that. Deplatforming creates martyrs. But putting little plaques calling out misinformation acts as a deterrent to people who are reasonable to the content to not be radicalized further, as well as humiliating the content creator in the eyes of the left. Whenever we're able to point to a right-wing content creator who has plaques beneath their video marking it as misinformation, that's a win for us. That's a fucking up on our end, you know? I don't know. Anyway, Hopefully, you guys don't cancel me for it. That is my hot take on Joe Rogan. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like. It really helps a lot more than you even realize, the stream and the video. And it's completely free and only takes a second, so consider hitting that like button. And if you want to see more from me on this beloved health site, then please consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon so YouTube actually tells you when I go live or upload a new video or anything like that. And of course, if you want to see more from me, then you can follow my social media, all linked down below, of course, including my Instagram, my TikTok, my Twitter, and of course my fan Discord. You'll find me lurking around and, playing video games and doing watch parties and stuff like that. It's a great community, so come join. And of course, finally, if you want to support me financially like all the lovely people in the chat have today, then please consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub over on my website, xanderhal.com/live, super chatting over on YouTube, subscribing or gifting a sub or prime subbing for free with Amazon Prime over on Twitch, or even donating through Streamlabs. With all that said, no matter how you support me, thank you all so much for watching, and have a good one. Chat. We have one more segment to do. Let's go. Wait, I'm not ending stream. Hold on, that was just the end of the segment. Hey, Alexander, I didn't know you were still here. No, that was just the end of the segment. I still have one more segment to do before we end stream. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Hold on. Wait. Nope. Surprise segment. Fuck the segment I was gonna do. The segment I was gonna do sucks a massive cock in comparison, okay? Fuck the Whoopi Goldberg segment, okay? It's not interesting in comparison to what we're about to cover. Okay, my editor just sent me this. I don't know what this is, or like the context to it. Was Pokimane suing the quartering? I have completely defeated Pokimane, and it couldn't have been easier. The Pokimane lawsuit is over by the quartering. What? Was Pokimane suing the quartering? What is this gonna be? Oh boy. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. I want to say, by the way, Pokimane is not perfect. I don't even particularly like Pokimane all that much. He actually sued her. Wait, he sued her and won? What? We're going to see this. Anyway, Pokimane's not perfect. I don't even particularly like her all that much. I just think that people like the quartering have built an entire audience on sort of weaponizing gamer anti-woman gamer rage, gamer misogyny, to basically build an entire platform to push conservative politics wrapped up in the bow of gamer entertainment, basically.
It shouldn't have taken me this long to come to a proper understanding of how to handle these situations and how to apologize for that.
Ooh, there we go. My jaw is locked up.
I'm very sorry. I am genuinely so sorry. I just want to make it really clear that I fully support transformative content. I've tried really, really hard to learn from my mistakes and not...
Is this the apology for the Boblax thing? By the way, this is one of the reasons... This is actually, if this is referring to what I think it's referring to, this is actually a good criticism of Pokimane. Though I don't like that the quartering, who's just a fucking grifting dumb fuck, is appropriating it to make an argument in favor of just being kind of misogynistic dick. But this is, if it is referencing what I think it's referencing, this is a valid criticism of Pokimane. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Boblax did a video covering drama that Pokimane was involved in. Like the stream, by the way, chat. Covered some drama that Pokimane was involved in, reading some of her tweets and maybe showing a few short clips. Pokimane then falsely copyright struck Boblax. I don't remember all the details of the situation, but I remember hearing all the details and thinking, wow, Pokimane's kind of a piece of shit for that. That was pretty fucked. So yeah, if that's what this is referencing, then yeah, good criticism, but fuck the quartering.
Make the same mistakes. I want to sincerely apologize.
Pokimane IPR. Jeremy Hambley / the quartering team. We wanted to reach out to you, let you know the notice was sent in error. This is not within our standard practice, and we have updated our processes to ensure this does not happen again in the future. We apologize for any inconveniences this may have caused and have removed any previous enforcement on these videos. Wait, was there an actual lawsuit, or was it just like a copyright strike? 20-year-old Dave Chappelle memes. I know we're in hell.
Ah, yes. Again, welcome back in on this wonderful Tuesday, the second day.
How's the quartering doing on Social Blade these days? Is his viewership and sub growth reflective of my theory? He was taking a bit of a downturn for a while. Bad? He's not doing well? No, he's doing well. Oh yeah, no, he's doing... oh yeah, guys. Holy shit. Are you kidding me? Dude. And you guys are telling me that we aren't going all the way back. You guys are telling me we aren't going back. Monthly gain subs are going up and monthly gain views are really going up. Holy shit. And this is just January, which is bad for every YouTuber. It's going to shoot up for everybody, including him, when January is over as we get further into the year. Guys, oh my God, I was so fucking right. Dude, we're literally just going back. It's going to be Gamergate, but the women that they're mad about are going to be female streamers. I'm telling you, it's going to be the anti-female streamer shit. We're going back, baby. We're New Game Plus in this shit. I'm telling you guys, I'm so goddamn excited. We love covering the quartering too because he's very, very low hanging fruit. He's very easy to dunk on. He's not very smart. I don't know what Pokimane did. It would be kind of unfortunate if Pokimane actually did something shitty and like non-defensible to the quartering here, and I actually had to say, oh well, okay, the quartering's kind of in the right, because the quartering is also kind of misogynistic and hates women, and so it'd be like if like a racist got assaulted by a black person and won the case. And then that racist was like, haha, yes, I made a black person bankrupt because I won this like court case. And it's like, well, I mean, it's good that you won the court case because that person assaulted you, but you're a racist and you're happy about it because a black person is now in financial ruin. Like it's kind of like, you know, right for the wrong reasons, kind of one of those situations. What actually happened here? Was there even an actual lawsuit?
Day of Black History Month. I forgot. I didn't even shout out to my fellow brothers and sisters yesterday. Happy Black History Month. I'm very, very, very excited to bring you some important legal updates today. If you've been following the story, it's been absolutely hilarious. If you're following in my Gilded, which you see linked over here, Gilded is like a less woke Discord alternative. Obviously, totally.
What? Less woke Discord? Wait. Less woke Discord? How is Discord? What isn't Discord like one of the few platforms that isn't really going that hard on banning like radical content? I feel like Discord's like one of the few mainstream platforms that's kind of like avoided that. What could you possibly lighten up on TOS-wise on Discord? What is Gilded lighter on child porn? How much lighter on child porn can you possibly be than Discord? Okay? How can a conservative app that's a Discord alternative exist? It's not possible. You can't be more of a haven for pedophiles than Discord. I mean, maybe the conservative Discord will blow it out of the park. I mean, they have a tendency to do that pedophile-wise, but I don't know.
Free. The link is, if you go to my link tree in the description, join up. There's a couple thousand people already in there. We're having a blast. It's where I'm hanging out. And I'd love to see you in there. But
just Google it. Apparently Roblox owns it. Well, fuck Roblox, but it's not like just a right-wing social media alternative. It's just Roblox trying to get like their own Discord thing going, or the company that makes Roblox or whatever. Okay. Never mind. It's probably not like, well, actually, if it's made by the people who made Roblox, it's probably got a lot of kids on it, which means it might actually have a lot of pedophiles on it.
Yeah, so the story began just a few days ago when I got a email from somebody who represents Pokimane demanding I remove some videos, demanding I remove 2 videos in particular that were critical of Pokimane's behavior.
Dude, Pokimane's fucking rep team is insane. Like, apparently this isn't unusual. Apparently anybody who negatively covers Pokimane does have a chance of having her representatives come in and, like, giving them a hard time. That's something I think is an absolutely warranted criticism of Pokimane. Her fucking, like, representative team is fucking brutal. At the same time, though, it's like, it's hard, though, right? Because in some ways, the type of content that the Quartering makes does encourage harassment, right? There really is no like other way around it. Like the people that come from the Quartering's videos are going to go to Pokimane's channel if they're going to, and they're going to leave misogynistic hate comments. They're not commenting about how disappointed they are in her actions. They're commenting like sexist bullshit, right? Obviously, the people coming from the Quartering are doing that because that's the type of audience that the Quartering fosters. It's the type of audience that the Quartering encourages to have. Like, it's what he wants. It's like, okay, well, he may be calling out something valid, but do I really want to be giving like credence to that type of person, to that like group of people? Like, even if the clock is right once a day, I mean, I guess I have to, but still, I'm not going to feel good doing it.
There was actually very little footage whatsoever of Pokimane, if at all, in any of these videos. Certainly, they qualified as fair use.
Also, is it really like defeating Pokimane if it's just her like massive team of fucking representatives she has because she's like ridiculously rich? Like, she probably, I'm pretty sure she's got a company that represents her. Like, I'm pretty sure she's affiliated with a company. I'm almost certain, like, I'd be willing to bet, actually no, I don't even care to defend her on this point, but I would unironically be willing to bet that like most of these takedowns don't even get like past Pokimane's like attention. Like, I'd be willing to bet that Pokimane wakes up, does her thing, fucking streams, does whatever she's doing, and that company is probably what's doing whatever is going on. Like, or her PR team or whatever the fuck, whatever company she's associated with. Well, the email was signed by Brand Protection Team. Exactly, T. Josh, that's what I'm saying. Literally, the email the Quartering got was signed by like a large corporation that like popular creators sign on with to handle like their copyright, their like their PR, stuff like that. Sometimes the PR team fucks up, but I don't know. I don't know the exact context, so I won't say that's exactly what happened. I do think that what Pokimane did with Bo Blacks though was fucked. That's not defendable.
If there's one thing I understand about the YouTube game, it's fair use DMCA. If you're in this game long enough,
No, you don't. YouTubers do not understand fair use or DMCA. They really, really do not. YouTubers don't understand the exact wording and the legal nuances of what transformative content and fair use means, okay? YouTube, like, I'm sorry, but, like, it's true, okay? I'm sorry. Like, technically, legally, in court, YouTubers could probably win a case arguing that what I do isn't fair use. Even though it's criticism, it may not count still. It may not go far enough because parody, criticism, or review has to go pretty fucking far if we're talking about on a legal like stand base or a legal basis.
You learn to be a kind of an expert on it. Maybe the legal proceedings don't always work out in your favor, although they seem to always work out in my favor. But if they,
Also, the vast majority of the time when like a case like this gets settled, like the vast majority of the time, stuff like this gets settled in emails. Okay, it never goes to court, or ends up actually being a lawsuit or any paperwork actually being filed or anything. Because usually it's all done through YouTube's own system. The way it's done is YouTube has a system for large, like representative corporations like this to strike, like to send a report on content like this, to send a takedown notice on content like this. They have that ability, but you can dispute it. And if it gets disputed, it doesn't have to go to court if it's found that you're in the right and you decide not to pursue it. You could also just take the video down and not pursue it to court. But this happens all the time. I have literally like 4 times, like, had takedown notices for copyright done on my content and done appeals on them and like either issued the like claim or a I never really contacted the claimant, but I'd have it like sorted out by YouTube and it never ended up being a big deal.
Oh, what most people on YouTube know what fair use is. People on Twitch don't. They are by far and away largely ignorant onto what qualifies as fair use. And when we saw this,
nah, that's a very childish way to look at it. These YouTubers that were doing the React content, what a childish fucking way to look at the world. God, the people who watch this content and the people that make it have such a fucking like childish view of why people do things on the internet. Holy fucking shit. All those YouTubers know they were breaking fair use law, okay? Pokimane, fucking Hassan, all those streamers watching fucking TV shows on Twitch knew exactly what they were doing, okay? They knew exactly what they were doing. They knew that worst case scenario, they would catch like a 3-day ban. But they'd make a whole lot of money and get a whole lot of views in the meantime with some real easy content. They don't think that what they were doing was legal. They know what they were doing wasn't legal. They were doing it because they knew they could get away with it. They know what fair use is, or at least they know what fair use is as much as most people on the internet think they know what fair use is.
With the literal meta of sitting there eating sushi and watching anime. Here we had Pokimane banned on Twitch.
The Last Airbender anime?
This was just a few weeks ago amid DMCA drama for sitting there and watching uncut Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Guys, I have all my foreskin. Just want to let you know, okay? For those of you guys who have been meticulously trying to picture what my dick looks like, just know I have all my foreskin, okay? And it's nice and thick.
Now, big streamers on Twitch know. They know that they're not getting banned.
That's
for
a very
DMCA
hot topic,
stuff.
yeah. The anime thing.
They don't care. You have the
cutting that joke out. If you cut out that joke, Cherry, you're fired.
The biggest streamers on the platform with literally nothing to lose, sitting there and just watching MasterChef or watching Avatar: The Last Airbender and calling that content. That would be the most...
He's right about this.
The grayest of gray. The furthest Olympic stretch of what fair use is. And I feel like it would be very difficult to win that in court.
Well...
Because when you're...
To be fair, the furthest stretch from fair use would be straight up re-uploading this, like just outright live streaming the whole show without anything other than just the show. It would just be the show you're live streaming all day. That would be the furthest from fair use. You at least have like something there if it's you reacting to it, even if you're doing nothing. But that's semantics. That's semantics on my part. I'm sorry.
Rebroadcasting content that is in particular behind a paywall, not that that necessarily matters, but you're talking about actual financial loss there. You're eating up the original market. These are people that could have paid for your item. So you will likely lose that in court. I don't think...
Oh God, the quartering's so fucking dumb. Why would he try to argue in favor of anything? Why, like, that's the thing about the quartering too. Or people like this is like, they're stupid when they disagree with me, right? Like their arguments are stupid when they disagree with me. But their arguments are stupid when they agree with me on the conclusion too. Like when our conclusions are the same, even then, their arguments and their logic to get to that conclusion is fucking stupid. That's my problem with these people.
You know, randomly saying a thing here and there over the top of a 2-hour video or movie is really, that's really a stretch on fair use. Trailer reactions, this and that, I think that's probably like the end of fair use, of what I would consider a slam dunk fair use case.
I think trailer reactions, even if you say nothing, should be fine, because it's like, that's like the teaser for the art, not the art itself. You know what I mean? Like, you're not making money off the trailer. You're not like, yeah, you're like, I don't know. Like, that's just free advertising, I feel like, which is why I think YouTube and most of the companies online don't at all pursue copyright shit against React YouTubers who watch trailers. Like, believe it or not, if you do trailer reactions on YouTube, you won't really have to deal much with copyright. Those companies don't pursue it because they know it's beneficial to them. Hell, they even make references to it. They did that, Marvel, the MCU, did that Deadpool and Korg react to the Free Guy trailer thing, because Ryan Reynolds does Deadpool, and he was the main character in that movie. Like, yeah, I mean, it seems like the movie industry and, like, Hollywood and whatnot recognize how good the YouTube trailer reaction industry is for hype for their movies. Xanderhal is going to get DMCA'd for his reaction to the Hightail trailer. I don't think that would ever happen, if I'm being honest, considering that the person who would have to click that button to DMCA me is a fan of my content, Cherry. So I don't think that would happen.
Anything further, less interactive than that, or longer form content, I think you would be gambling in court. But this is Pokimane, multi-millionaire, just streaming.
Wait, when did this happen? Is this for her Twitch ban? February 2nd. This is from today. Wait, what?
Got 10 million followers. Doesn't care. There's no way she cared about being banned. None.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah.
This is also the same person that back in 2019, early 2019, was going around copyright striking videos that made her look bad. Let's be very clear. Pokimane wasn't striking down videos that made her.
This is what she did to Boblax, by the way. This is the shit that I disagree with.
Look good. She wasn't striking down videos that shared her in a positive light. She was striking down videos that made her look bad, including one by YouTuber Boblax, who was simply recounting a Twitter exchange.
Hey, there it is.
Now, she did apologize for that, which made me all the more confused. So she claims she understood what fair use was back in 2019. She even brought her cat on camera to farm sympathy for her apology video. Oh, I understand now, fair use. And I don't think...
Wait, that was all the way in 2019? Damn, time flies. Yeah, we're all progressively accelerating our aging towards death every day that passes, I feel like. Anyway, I mean, I don't disagree with the criticism here, but like, can we look at the comments of the video? Is there anything here that he says that's all that spicy? Because what I want to see is the comments. Pokimane is so dishonest, she can't claim to be making mistakes when she's repeatedly over a long period of time done the same thing, which is to copyright strike channels, mostly small ones that she knows from a great many examples are not violating fair use, and yet she keeps doing this over and over. She's a greedy liar that has no scruples. She's a sociopath. I learned from my mistake. She does the same thing several months later. Never trust a liar. The only sad thing about this is that we don't get to see Pokimane exposed in legal proceedings. What a horrible person she is. Way to go, dude. Don't let anyone mess with you, bro. Flawless victory. What? Who is this? X? Who's stealing my name? Who is this cunt? What? Bro, is this one of those weird fucking gimmick accounts? Like bot weird... What is this fucking shit? Are there any videos? 102k subs, no videos. Found my comment. Links to... Is this like some ARG bullshit? Okay, cool. The joy in Jeremy's face after the intro made me laugh. Gotta love handing out L's to these folks. The Trump pagan conservative with a Trump avatar. Bullying 101. Never pick a fight with someone who fights back. Only bully those who are borderline helpless or weaker. Lesson 2. When called out, immediately play the victim. If not possible, then pretend to have realized something brutally obvious and claim to have performed. Standing up to these bullies is the only way. Moral of the story, if you want to stand your ground, have the ability. Honestly, I'm glad to see there's not much stuff here that looks like misogynistic. But what happens if we sort by newest? Pokimane belongs to the streets, vomiting emoji. I imagine that, like, if a quartering fan was watching this right now and I called this comment sexist, they would be triggered by that. But, like, insert woman's name belongs to the streets is more or less just calling a girl a whore. So I think we can go ahead and label that a sexist comment. She's not even hot. What do these simps look at anyways? Another W for team quartering. I wonder what would happen if these guys saw the debate he did with Destiny, or whenever he bitched out of the debate with me. The guy's called the quivering on left-wing YouTube for a reason. The guy's a pussy. I wish all these people could be exposed to those clips and see that. I mean, like, even in the newest comments, there's not too much sexist stuff. You know what? That's all right. Cherry, it wasn't as spicy as I thought it was going to be. You sent me a dud. I thought it was going to be good. You thought it was going to be good. We both thought it was going to be good, but it turned out to be a dud. I guess for the remainder of the stream then, I suppose we could maybe watch a little bit of Daily Dose of Internet before I wrap up, because I am a little bit hungry. You pause every 5 seconds, not my fault. It's okay, Cherry. It's okay. You haven't even been live for 3 hours? I know, but I've been doing some pretty fucking pog streams. And I got a lot of segments. Are you telling you to eat more before stream? You made me eggs. Okay. Oh my god, there's some new ones. Guy flies through bus window.
Hello everyone, this is...
Oh, by the way, if you guys do want to prolong the stream and also support my channel, you guys can actually do !media share in website chat and donate through media share to send me videos. Basically, the way it works is you donate, you send a link with it, and the amount of money you donate determines how much of the video plays. You can even set like a point in the video for it to start too, so if there's a particular point you want me to watch. So you can basically force me to watch a clip from YouTube by debating. And I guess the whole point is you guys want to try to make me laugh. You guys want to try to send me funny shit to make me laugh, I guess is the whole point. And also, it has text-to-speech. So, yeah, you'll be able to even put in a little message there, and I'll read it out loud as well. So go ahead and send in some media share.
Your daily dose of internet. This professional stuntman went flying through a bus.
A Chud in Discord wants to debate. I'm tired. I don't feel like it. Let's watch Daily Dose of Internet. Is this a boat? Oh, it was a bus, and that's the water. Oh my god.
Oh my god, he's fell.
That cat's probably fine. Is that smoke? It's been 2 hours and 48 minutes, Lonnie.
Can someone in the comments please tell me why this baby's head is pulsing?
Oh, what the fuck? That's its soft spot, right?
What is
Push down
your
on
New
it.
Year's resolution?
I dare you.
I don't have any. To live another year. Oh, I hope. Hopefully not.
An elephant started...
Relatable. Not really. I'm actually very happy.
attacking the safari truck full of tourists.
Yeah! Good elephant. Dude, if elephants are ever hurting humans, it's hard to not root for them because, like, elephants are, like, the nicest animals. So you know it's justified. You know they deserve it. Oh, don't fall. Oh, okay, he knows what he's doing.
One of my subscribers recorded this video of the roof of a gas station moving in the wind.
Have you not ever played a video game? If that thing falls, it's gonna blow up. No. No debaterino today. Oh my god, that's so fucking dope. How do you do that? It's stuck to the cat.
I found an artist that can make 5 different...
The cat's so dumb, it doesn't know what static is.
...different drawings at the same time.
What the fuck? This is the opposite of ADHD.
Are you sad? Mr. Mittens got you good, huh, buddy? Yeah.
Mr. Mittens got him.
Alter! Alter!
How do you get that many?
That's the end of this video. Hopefully I made your day just a little better. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon.
You did. You did, Daily Dose of Internet. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. This person was born with the inability to see colors. An antenna was permanently installed in their head that gives them the ability to hear colors. The antenna can receive these messages via satellite and Wi-Fi. The artist only allows close friends to send messages, but has been hacked once before.
For all these years, it only happened once that someone without permission sent images to my head, but it was actually
Oh, wait, okay, so the colorblindness thing was irrelevant. I thought it had something to do with colorblindness and like it would solve it. Wait, it's talking to each other through their head? Wait, what?
Sent images to my head, but it was actually not bad. I actually liked it. It wasn't a bad experience.
Wait, it lets them hear colors. Wait, people say, okay, okay.
This cat refused to let go of this sponge.
This morning, she stole the old sponge. There's egg residue on it. She's growling. I'm so angry with you.
Dude, cats growling is great. Like you never hear cats growl much, but they growl.
These ants were caught walking around in a death spiral.
Sexual harassment.
The ants lost track of the trail they were on and will now walk around in circles until they die.
What? Why?
Jesus! Go slow!
He's gonna punch the TV.
These are called Bono tidal waves, and they frequently occur in a river in Indonesia. This person is wearing a life jacket because the sudden high tide creates a huge wave.
Run faster. Well, now you're dead. Oh, they lay pheromone trails and you can destroy them and it kills them?
The snowplow
Holy
is
shit.
throwing snow right into oncoming traffic.
Holy crap. Now I want to invent a movie about like giant ants invading the planet, and the way that we kill them is by destroying their pheromone trails until they start circling in the middle of like the desert and until they die. Because you broke their pheromone trail. That would be a cool way to... Sort of like War of the Worlds, where it was like, oh, they just all got sick and died. Like twist ending. Thank you, Cherry. I will debate random chuds next time. I'm not feeling debates today. I gotta be in like a real... Like, I gotta prep myself to be in the mood for a debate.
Like it, Picasso. Yeah, that way.
You say that every time? Not true. Oh.
One of my subscribers has a dog that loves to watch my videos.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose.
That is the end of this video. I really
hope... What a good little baby. Oh, look at that food, though. Holy shit. Got some ham in that egg. Personally, not my cup of tea. But, you know, a little ham in that egg. I know people like that.
I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon.
She's hot. The lady to the left there, she's hot. All right. Man fights off bear to save his dogs.
Everyone,
I do the
this
same.
is your Daily Dose of Internet. A
I do
bear
the same
tried
in a
to eat
heartbeat.
this man's dogs, but was able to scare the bear away.
I do the fucking same.
I can't check my beer!
Go, Saskia.
What a chat.
686. 680.
Ah!
Okay, sorry. That was fine.
Have you ever heard a snake make this sound before?
The fuck was... That snake out here eating cheese. Cheese and beans. Oh. Oh, that's dope. That's cool. Drawing art meant to be viewed in a certain... It's Luna, kinda. Notice the blepper is stuck.
Please don't try what you're about to see. This is incredibly dangerous.
Don't let go
What?
of it. Don't keep hanging on to it because you might get flinged.
Is that a rubber
How can
tree?
you bend it over like that?
It's a
That's
rubber tree.
ridiculous. Amazing. Okay, done. Did you get it? Yep, got it.
Police officers pulled over a man that was driving under the influence. They noticed something moving in the trunk and told him to open it up. Turns out there was a deer in the trunk and the police told him to let it go.
Why? Is it illegal to have a deer
You can do it,
in your
Snowball.
trunk?
You can do it. You can do it.
You can shoot a deer and eat it, but you can't have a deer in your trunk.
Can I get a whisper?
Streamers
That's
are
not a
dumb.
whisper. Can I get a whisper? Good job.
Oh. Holy shit. Oh my god. Bro, I always played Assassin's Creed games and thought the
That's
parkour
the
was
end of this
unrealistic
video.
because
I really
there's
hope
no
you
way you
enjoyed,
could keep that kind of
and
momentum.
I'll see you guys
but he
again
just
very
did that.
soon. Later.
That was literally fucking like Assassin's Creed level parkour.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet.
I busted the wall.
Not that hard to fix. Okay, that's dope, and I want to do that.
This guy
I want to
has
get
the
more
ability
though.
to swallow pills and then bring them back.
No. I do not want to see that. I will be skipping that. I will be skipping that. I'll be skipping that. I'll be skipping that. I'll be skipping that. There we go.
What the?
I found a video of an extremely talented archer.
I thought those were real deer in the background for a second. Real elk. What did he do?
Do you like your new tie?
We gotta get
It makes
Luna
you
a
look
tie,
very
Lonnie.
handsome.
These eagles were building a nest and had a disagreement on where to put the stick.
This is what birds do when we're not looking, chat. Not that they're real.
This video got over 100 million views on TikTok.
Oh, is it all gonna shatter off? Oh. Oh. Yeah.
Someone sent me a video of a very bouncy cat.
Oh, look at that. That cat. That's how Luna sits. That's how Luna sits.
Oh my... Morgan,
Lucas, what the hell?
one came from up there.
Why would they do that?
I don't...
You're an idiot.
This guy found...
Bro, what does Lucas look like to be having a girlfriend who's as hot as that? Jesus.
Found out that if he leaves his hand out like that, his dog will start doing this.
Yeah, dogs like butt scratches. Do you know that? That's such a cute dog. Dogs
that is
like
the end of this video.
Scratches.
I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Well,
bring them back.
We're caught up on Daily Dose of Internet. And with that said, I know it's a little bit of a shorter stream than usual. Typically, I'd go on for like maybe another hour or something like that. But I feel like I covered what I feel like covering. And I already got a lot of segments coming up. So, yeah, I feel like it's time to wrap up, to chill. I appreciate all the support you guys have sent out today. You donated Media Share. Ah, yes, let's watch Media Share. I forgot about those. Thank you for reminding me. All right, let's watch them. Enjoy your night, bro. Thank you, the Puerto Rican musician. No, Goldblond. I think we're probably going to continue Stick of Truth tomorrow because I don't have anything to cover tomorrow, and I've got a lot of segments to upload, so we're not really in need of another politics stream for a couple more days. How do you guys feel about a Tarkov stream? I feel like it would do very poorly. Like, it's a very quiet and, like, you gotta get quiet and listen for a bit kind of game. It's tense as fuck if you know what's going on and you give a shit about the game, but, yeah. When is the Eris thing? I'm gonna confirm that after stream. Respond to Eris? Yeah. Sounds boring? Yeah, I don't think that Escape from Tarkov would be a good stream game. I guess I'd be down to stream it once. Like, just to show chat the game, but I don't even know if I'd be able to, like, run it and stream it at once, because it's... I'm not even sure if it would work, because Rust I can't stream. Yeah, Lonnie's started to become like a dictator of my streams. She's starting to like power trip a little bit. No, I just want you to play Gartic Phone like once, but that's tyranny! That's tyranny, Lonnie! Fuck you, I am not. I just want to whinge for a sec. I want to hang a painting in my studio, but the hammer is outside in one of my cars. I'm not going outside until I'm forced to go to work again, lol. You know? What if you just stretched and did some jumping jacks? I bet you then you'd feel like going out to your car to get it. True. True. It works. Oh no, you sent an age-restricted video. You can't do that. We can't watch it if it's age-restricted. We can't watch it if it's age-restricted. Nothing else? That seems to be everything. Listen up, everybody. I'm going to take off the headphones for this outro here because I love y'all very much, and you're all very, very amazing, beautiful, and just goddamn beautiful, amazing, okay? Listen up, everybody. I know it was a bit of a shorter stream today, but I feel like we covered everything we needed to today. And frankly, I want to thank all of you because you guys contributed a ridiculous amount of support today. $332 raised. Good fucking God. You guys are goddamn amazing. I really do appreciate the support. Like, I don't think you guys realize. Like, I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so goddamn much. The idea that sometime in the near future I could be like financially stable is just a really exciting thought to me because I've lived paycheck to paycheck. Basically, the whole time I've made money my life, I've lived paycheck to paycheck. I went from living with my parents to doing YouTube and living paycheck to paycheck. And now the idea of my YouTube channel getting big enough or making enough money that I can actually be financially stable and kind of seeing that potentially be a thing on the horizon is really exciting. So let's hope it happens. Things have been going well so far, and it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you all so much for watching today. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Luxander, Lonnie, Mika, Daffy, Space Cadet, Goblin Arsonist, Gold Bond, Fabsta, Sasha Star, Megamania. Thank you all so much for coming today. I really do appreciate it, and have a good one. I'll see all of you tomorrow with some Stick of Truth gameplay. Bye-bye. Doo-doo fart.